Yep. It's that time What up? What up? What up? Y'all see how that sun hitting? Ooh, ooh, ooh. That sun just spanking. What's going on, family? Man, I hope you guys are having an absolutely awesome day. Started maybe couple minutes a little bit behind, but and of course we're gonna be waiting on some folk to jump in here, man. Y'all, I'm here. I'm here. Ooh, look at that flicker. Somebody didn't jump in. What's happening, family? What's happening, family? Man, it is bright. The sun is just beaming in here. Sheesh. Mm-hmm. Oh, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I know my body's a vessel. I know my voice has the power to change. Too much to handle. You can make me stand still. Stand still. No, no. TD in the building. What up, bro? What's going on, TD? How was your weekend, brother? I need to send you this link, man. I don't know. TD be busy. I feel like you be driving or doing something every time you're on here. I would love for you to be up here also, bro. I'd love to have some conversation, especially between you and Reg. Oh my God. Y'all be killing. Y'all get nice and harassed by show. Oh man, go ahead, man. Go ahead, man. I found that little song, man. That song just stuck in my head. I cannot get it out, bro. Fire song too, man. Beautiful, beautiful voice. It's a young lady that sings the song, man. And what kills me is her voice. It reminds me so much of my daughter. So when I hear it, I just hear my daughter's voice, man. I love that song. I'm gonna have to post a link of that song so y'all can check it out. But that song, I love that song. That song is fire, bro. Called Stand Still. I'm gonna find that. Let me find that song. Now that I think about it. Let's see if we can find that song. I'm gonna post a link. Man, I love that song. How's your weekend, TD? I know my body's a vessel. I know my voice has the power to change. Yeah, man. Listen, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. Like I say over and over again, it's a pick me up. Um, it actually is. This live is a break from the norm. It flips the script for me. It gives me something else. It's almost like a recharge. Um, Always good, bro. Always good. This gets over. Being at Tuesday, it still gets me over the hump, so I cannot complain at all. I'm right there with you. Right there with you. Stand still. That's the. Let me copy the link, man. We're gonna have to share this with folk. This is a fire song, man. Okay. I saw that event, man. Saturday. I'm gonna tell you what happened to me Saturday, man. So Saturday, I went to Cars and Coffee first. I went hung out with my brother Ray. Went to Cars and Coffee out here in Crystal Lake. Um, I was when I got there, I think we hung out for probably about maybe what a good 30, 40 minutes or so. And then Ray was like, "Hey man, you want to run?" One of his second favorite places. Went to the gun store looking for some magazines. So we went to one gun store in Crystal Lake. Me, him, and this guy Tony met this guy Tony. I felt like I met Tony before, but Tony got this Mustang. Sounds amazing, like crazy race car. Um, Man, we end up checking that out. Didn't find what he's looking for, and hung out in the parking lot. Felt like for just a long time. Had a great conversation. Just how it is, man. We get around people, fellowshipping, and just having a good time. Energy's good, so you kind of hang out and kind of stay in that space. I left there. I was on a run. Was looking for something for somebody, for Ray and for somebody else. End up going to Fifth Amendment to another gun store. Second Amendment, excuse me. I keep calling that place Fifth Amendment. Went to Second Amendment and found what I was looking for. And of course, I messed up. Didn't get a chance to go over there and take care of that with my brother, man. Good Lord. Just busy days, busy days. End up going over there. And then my daughter called me when I was en route. She was asking my advice on something that she was looking at. I said, "Man, you should ride with me." She said, "All right." She met me at the place. We met me at the gun store. Went over to parking lot next to the downtown area over there off of Green Street. Parked our car, jumped in. She was cruising with me the rest of the day. We went to Fat Man's to try to check out their car show. We left Fat Man's. We did the legendary Daryl's run up to Mars Cheese Castle. Went hung out there for a minute, grab a few things, and end up going to this place called Elegant Farmer. And we cruise all these back roads from there to get to Elegant Farmer. Absolutely great drive. We had a good time. Me and my daughter just cruising, hanging out, listening to music. That's what we do. And went all the way out to Elegant Farmer. It was just cruise, and it was all back roads, so it just made it that much. We got to pull the steering wheel a little bit, corner a little bit, enjoy the weather. Top was off, man. Just a good time. I had the top off most of the weekend. Went to Elegant Farmer, bought some more stuff, and then cruised back home, man. And it was just a good day, man. All in all, it was just a good day all the way around. Um, and Sunday, went to what did I do Sunday, man? Went to church, of course. Was about to go and hit up the Trenton College show, and then end up sticking around and hanging out. We have a every third Sunday we have like after service. We always have this thing with the 25-45 group. It's all the people in our church, younger folk, that next generation coming up in between the ages of 25 and 45. And they always do something. They have food, they have events, they're doing things. So I stuck around for that. Young pastor asked me to stick around. I'm like, cool, let's do it. So I stayed for that, man, and we had a great time. I'm not gonna even hold you. It was a good time. Um, I did miss the event. I did see images from other people, so it looked like I'm gonna just say right off the bat, I know for a fact Trenton College is always a legendary. It's always a fire show. They always have heat. So many cars are always there. Um, and I know, it's again, I don't knock it because I still like going to shows. I just don't always want to be in a parking lot. Although it wasn't just driving Sunday for me, it really are, bro. We just had a really good time right there at the church, eating pizza, had wings and salad, and just fellowshipping and having a good time. And then, of course, me, old head, in there with all them youngsters, just having a good time with all the young people, man. It was a really, really good time, man. Just good old fun, bro. And you're right, bro. Always the best times. Which, and I say that because I feel like I don't miss nothing. I gained something through that experience with them. Um, Either learning from them or imparting something. You know what I mean? So it was a good time, man. It was just a real good time. It was a game night, game day. So it was all these different games going on, man. We we played some stuff. I just wasn't ready. It was crazy. It was fun though. It was fun. We had a great time. Had a really, really good time. Real good time. And the weather. Psh, Man, we could not ask for any better weather. I mean, it was a little chilly, but it was perfect for the superchargers. Love that weather. The sun was beautiful. The skies was great. Today we had a little bit of overcast, but as you can see, shining pretty nicely right now. Still shining pretty nicely. So it's another beautiful day. Did not drive the vet. Oh, gotta send it to see you. Wait, what did it do? Listen about the showers. Listen about the shower, really. But look, let me know, man, when you're ready. I definitely wouldn't mind bringing you in there, though. I dragged my daughter to the Trenton show, car show. Then she dragged me. Hey, what you say? Turnabout fair play, right? She did what you wanted to do. Now you had to do what she wanted to do. Hey, and I like Old Orchard, so that's actually a really, really good shopping area, outdoor mall. I like that mall area, man. So that's always a win. And cool part, man. We just and was when we went out, when me and my daughter hung out, which is always again, that's always that valuable time. And I try to steal as much of those opportunities as I can because every time I try to schedule a date night or a date with my daughter, it don't work out. So she got something going on. So anytime I can get it, I take advantage of it. And that was one of those good times, man. We went, like I said, we went to Mars Cheese Factory and Cheese Castle, and she's never really. I don't think she's ever really been in there to check out like the experience like you normally do when I run there with Daryl, and so it was a different experience. Of course, we go in there and we went to the bar and hung out over there, just in that area, eat some cheese and crackers. And I know everybody. I feel like I know everybody over there. So hanging out with those guys, left there, walked around and grabbed some things, was looking for the jalapeno cheese bread loaf and a few other things. We got all kind of stuff, man. We loaded up the back of the vet with all kind of stuff. But when we went to the other place, um, Elegant Farmer, man, this place is cool. They got all kind of stuff. It's all food and pie. They're famous for this pie in a bag, right? They do this pie that's in a bag and it's fire. Like it's crazy. It's really, really good. But they have everything there. They have, first thing you see is all like the different popcorn kernels. They got popcorn. They got, you know, typically, and it's in Wisconsin, it's, they're gonna have brats and sausages and cheese. They have like deli counter, you can make sandwiches. They just had so much stuff, man. It's a plethora of stuff at this place. Like you go in there, you're gonna spend money. Um, and a lot of stuff I've probably never even seen before. And I'm like, oh, this is cool. Let me check this out. So we left with a bunch of stuff from there as well. And it wasn't really expensive either. I think each place we spent about $50 and left with a bunch of stuff. So Mars Cheese Castle. I keep calling it factory. Why doing that? Cheese Castle is a little bit more expensive. I feel like it's way more touristy. So they prices kind of hang around that touristy state, man. They cater to the tourists. So um, but it was still a good time, man. It was just hanging out, man, having a good time, doing stuff. She wanted to go to the show. We went to the show. Oh, that's right. We went to the Fat Man show. Oh, out in Gurnee at Fat Man's in Gurnee. And we got there later than we wanted to. Next thing you know, man, we hung out with Bobby. Just hung out with those guys after the show. We was out there with them for probably another 20 minutes. And then there's a whole bunch I can't remember the name of that crew. Um it's a bunch of cats. It's a Mopar crew. They have their little sticker or their logo is like the dude with the bandana on their face. I can't remember. Maybe TD, you know the name of, but it's a crew of guys. They all the Mopars. They got Scaddies and Hellcats and but my dog has always been road dog. That's always make me stop first. Yes, yeah, yeah. So when my daughter was younger, man, she was big time road dog. When she started being cute, that's when she started doing more of her mother stuff, right? When she realized who she was as a girl. Still never one of those boy crazy people. Like her first boyfriend was after high school. She had no boyfriend in high school. Um, and now it was well before that it was me. I felt like I was competing with whoever the guys the guy she was dating. I felt like I was competing with him trying to get time in with her and then realized it was her just, you know, getting her rest or doing whatever she's doing on, recovering from her own time when I was trying to get time in. But um, she's over here now because her condo is under reconstruction. They had a water leak and they're redoing so much stuff. So they're over here while they're waiting for that place to get finished. And I'm loving it. I'm not going to even lie to you, man. I'm loving it. It's one thing to be an empty nester and then have your space. And I love having my space. But I'm just really loving having them in this house with us. Like having that access to Jade that regularly, having access to my daughter that regularly, man. Whoa, what we doing? Absolutely loving it. I'm on cloud nine right now. I'm not gonna even hold you guys. It's been fire, dude, fire. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. What show sent me something, man. They got this show that's supposed to be happening this weekend. Oh yeah, I got something else I'm gonna be doing. I don't know if I could talk about it yet. I'm gonna have to find out if I can even say anything about what I'm doing this weekend. Yeah, yeah. Man, I gotta ask, man. I gotta ask. Man, I'm not talking about it. That's not my business, man. I'm not doing that. I don't even want to ask to talk about it. Yeah, man. But we got something. It's gonna be fun. I don't even think I can film. Lord. I might film the drive. I might do some talking on the drive. That's probably what I might end up doing, man. Might do some talking on the drive. Maybe I'll come up with some some more of my Thursday conversation segments on that ride, man. Oh yeah, that's right. They got that Corvette show in Crestwood. Yes, that's what show was showing me. He told me about that, man. I would love to do it, but man, I got a prior engagement that I agreed to. I'm actually looking forward to the other engagement, man. I think it's gonna be dope. Just showing love, man. You know how you gotta support folk? Gots to show love, man. That's all it's about. We gotta support our brothers, man. Yes, sir. What you plan on getting into this weekend, TD? Man, I'm gonna call this dude, see if what he doing. Laying low. Tell about the Crestwood show. Not a bad deal. Not a bad deal. I don't blame you. If I wasn't doing what I was doing, I probably this is exactly what I'll probably be going to the Crestwood show because I think that's gonna be fire. Um, this month is gonna be crazy. I got so much So much stuff going on this month. Um it's been crazy. This month is absolutely it's gonna be a heavy one. I'm not gonna even hold you. Um yeah, it's definitely gonna be one of them months. With something happening every week. Um was supposed to be going to my niece's graduation. We're not gonna be able to make that this weekend because I already agreed to something else. Um I have Mother's Day weekend. We got something we going on doing that weekend. We got the weekend after that. Something's going on with some more stuff with family. Memorial Day weekend, of course. Bruh, it's just, yeah, both of those weekends. And then the weekend in between that, something going on. In between Memorial Day and Mother's Day, there's something going on. We got something going like almost every weekend. Every week there's something happening throughout the month of May. May is just gonna be nuts, man. May is just gonna be nuts. Like real talk. Lord, it's gonna be nuts. I need to order all my stuff, man. I gotta do some maintenance on Pegasus, man. We gotta change that oil. I want to change the diff fluid on the front and the rear diff. Graduations in Iron Gate. Iron Gate's this weekend? Ooh. Oh my God, already? How'd I miss that? Man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I've been in this driving space, man. So I have not been very diligent on shows in my head. And we're still early. We're still early. So I can't say that this is just the norm. In the very beginning of the season, there's not as many activities going on. So especially having that car parked for so long, um, it's the driving thing for me now. One of the things I tell you, bruh. Oh, the 10th. All right, gotcha. One of the things that's like, yeah, it's not gonna work for me. God dog it. Um, but one of the things I mentioned, I think on the last video, on the my first Thursday conversation, shout out to everybody that checked it out, man. Show some love. Was how getting back in that car, man, it's just golly. I don't care what I have. I'll have to have two Zeus's not to miss Zeus. You know what I mean? That thing. Oh my God, that car is so much fun, bro. It's like a superpower. I tell people over and over, it's like a superpower. I get in there and you push that gas, that thing just takes off. We was we was on, man. It's so many back roads up there in Wisconsin, twisty, turny back roads you can jump on. Radar detector on high so I can see everything was happening around me. Man, we was on the back road and we passing this dude. Boy, I got on Zeus and I don't know what it is, bro. It's the tires. I'm gonna tell y'all, but y'all need to get on those doggone Continentals, Conti twos or whatever. I can't remember the number. Them tires are ridiculous. They hook like you would not believe. Boy, Zeus hooked. I got on that thing. It hooked, threw you back in the seat. You felt like you got pushed into the seat. That thing took off. I was like, man, it was screaming. The road was nice. I'm like, man, why let off? My daughter, I hit it. My daughter was like, oh my Lord. Threw her back in the seat. That thing took off. Boom. I asked, and I did a buck 45, quick buck 45. I asked, you ever been 145 miles an hour? She's like, no. I said, yes, you have just now. We just did. Man, we ain't had there's so many opportunities to do it, but I didn't want to just beat, because it was just fun. We were able to just cruise, corner a little bit, just hang out on those back. Man, it was just a good time, bro. Just a good time. I appreciate hanging out with my daughter, man. Y'all got family y'all can hang out with, do stuff with. Take advantage. Take advantage of it. Work on those things that y'all have in common. She loves to drive and she loves music, so she don't care about the speed. I tease her with the speed, but she loved to drive. She like her father, and she loved music like her father. So we get in there, we cruise and listen to music. She plug in her phone, she control the music while we drive. I think it's a fair trade-off. We have a good time. We the same way. Like when we get on the road, if we traveling, she's always been like that. My wife was she used to sit in the front, but now Chris sit up there with me. That's my co-pilot, man. That's my girl. I love having her up there hanging out with her pops, man. So good times, man. Good times. Good times. Oh my goodness. Proud uncle, my great niece was born yesterday. Really? Congratulations, my brother. Congratulations. I had a great niece that was born also, man. Week before last. My nephew, the guy that make my music, all the stuff I used to use. I haven't got anything from him in a while. I've been sourcing my music from YouTube. But he man, he just had a daughter. And that's my godson. He just had a daughter, so she was born. She came into this world a little early. So we still praying for her health, but she's strong and she's making it through, man. So we got some new babies. I love having new babies in the family, bro. That's the next generation stuff. My brother. What's going on, Cody? Mr. Me and 3. How's that call, bro? Man, it sounds good. Listen. Here's the thing. Here's this that part, right? And I mean, I meant to put that in there. I watched your video when I was driving. So I need to ask, man, how did it feel? Because I know you felt like you stepped way outside the normal comfort zone, right? How did it feel, man, to actually get that? I mean, truly. Now I want, that true emotion behind what that thing, how it felt when you started that car and she was running for real. That part. After all that work you did. Yeah, man. Listen, for me, it can't make me old, man. I gotta get off my butt. And I've been got this dog on trainer one, the bike trainer. I like to ride bikes, so I used to do a lot of mountain biking. So I got on this trainer, man. So I've been riding this trainer, trying to get back in shape because I got lazy. I'm gonna own it. Got lazy, but I gotta stay in shape so I can be able to keep up with these kids, man. I ain't gonna let her. I gotta be able to hang with her, man. I gotta be able to hang with her, bruh. Listen, I'm in a house full of girls now. My wife, my daughter, and my granddaughter. I am here in the house with a bunch of girls. I'm a certified mechanic now. Yes, sir. Listen, man, let me know when I can drop something off over there, get it done. I'm just saying. Zeus, buck 45. Yeah, bro. New babies. Oh my God. What else we need, baby? Listen. Zeus 2. Man, don't get me started. Lord have mercy. And I've discussed and talked to a few people about it, about if I ever went a different direction with Zeus. I think I said it on live too, which direction I go. Man, it's just, bro, it will have to be, that exhaust have to be next level. Like, I don't know how the note, the power, the thrust, this thing is just crazy, bro. This car is bananas. And the part that really, when I think about it, right? All I did was an X pipe on Zeus. And well, AB, you can attest what that thing feel like, right? It's amazing. It's absolutely mind blowing how this thing feels, man. It's just crazy. But then I love to play a video, give AB facial expressions. He was tripping, boy. That car is crazy. And then and that's this really is not that much above a power boost for me, like for real, for real. But then when I think about like Ray, man, Ray love putting something else at it, and right now I know his car is crazy. To go beyond that, I would love, again, I'm still in my head about just seeing, 700 to the tire on Zeus. And I'm happy. I think that's way more than I need. It's hooking right now. I'm still cutting the tires a little bit. But that thing chirped the tires at 70 plus miles an hour. The tires still go chirp. I'm still cutting them a little bit, bro. So imagine that 700 to the tire. For me to get anything else, man, it's gotta be a beast. It's gotta bring that lightning like Zeus. I'm just saying, it's gotta be a beast, man. It can't just sheesh. Man, it's gotta be a beast. What's going on, my brother? How you doing today, Mr. Abe? Abe. What's happening, AB? Man, so there is a uh, Corvette event happening just outside of Austin. As a matter of fact, AB, I want to say it is literally like 31 minutes from your crib. I might go. May have to go, dog. Hope you in town. I'm just saying. May have to go to this one, man. I think it's gonna be a blast. It's probably gonna be I believe they're trying to create another big Corvette event to rival um Carlisle. I don't think they'll ever get big as Carlisle. I don't want to talk too fast. I don't want to put nothing negative on nobody. But you got to think. I mean, after going to Carlisle when I went, there was 6,500 Corvettes. God dog it. Let me see if I can find it, man. Yeah. I think it's in June. Let me see if I can find it. I want to say it's put on by those main guys down in that area, Front Street Driver and somebody else. They bringing Rick Conti in. They bringing somebody else in. Corvette Invasion, is it? I think it's Corvette. Yep, Corvette Invasion. It's going to be in July 18th, 19th. It's in Bastrop, Texas. What up, IS man? Where you been, man? Where you been? For which Carlisle? Which one? You remember Carlisle got a bunch of different things they do. Which Carlisle are you going for? For Corvettes in Carlisle? Man, don't tell me that, AB. Especially the way Ray wants to go. He really wants to go. And I've been kind of putting it off in my head. I got so much crap that I'm trying to do, man. Bro, you gonna be there for Corvette and Carlisle? If you going, God dog it, probably gonna have to go. Yeah, bro. July 18th and 19th. May have to go. May have to go. Get to go hang out with some Corvette guys and go hang out with my brother. Should be a good time, man. Should be a good time. Again, Corvette guys there's some interesting guys in that space, so it's not gonna be surprised if I don't run across them. It's just some interesting cats in that space. So, AB, wait, are you going to Corvettes in Carlisle, or which Carlisle event are you going to? Remember, it's not just Corvettes that happens in Carlisle. There's Camaros, there's GMs, there's Ford has a thing there. Let me see what all the different things are in Carlisle. Corvettes at Carlisle. Carlisle events. Let's look at all the different ones. May 16th and 17th. See, man, that's the problem, man. May is just so jacked up for me. May is just so jacked up. That's not Corvettes and Carlisle, I don't think. Not May. I want to say Corvettes and Carlisle is a little further down the line. But it's a Euro event. Let me see what they got on the event. Feature cars, event details. All right, this is all Corvette and Carlisle. We're not looking for the vet events. We're looking for all the events in Carlisle. Carlisle events. All righty then. May 16th. Oh, wait. Whoa. Import. Oh, so it's the import performance event in Carlisle. Oh, wow. I didn't even know they did imports. Yeah, it's going to be Saab, Volvo. Oh, whoa. Wait, where you going there, Bubba? Don't be changing the screen on me. Learn more. Let me share what I'm seeing with you guys. Man, this looks quite interesting, AB. Quite interesting, my friend. Definitely right up your alley, though. I can honestly say that. Um, you bring imports, you put imports on the map for real, especially Euro joints. So, oh yeah, man, this is gonna be good, bro. This should be quite exciting. There's a ton of stuff happening, man. Like, and I'm shocked that they're saying 1,700 plus. If they're gonna fill the fair, I don't know how many people know about it. They show up, and I don't know how many times they've done this. I don't know. I know Corvettes fill up the fairgrounds. Um, this look like it's gonna be fun. Oh my god. Oh, they're gonna have an autocross track there too for drifting. Oh yeah, they're gonna use some of that space that they use for cars to do all this fun stuff. This is gonna be good, bro. Oh my god. Are you driving, AB? Excuse me. Are you driving up there, AB? It's a great drive. I can honestly say that. I had a great time driving up there in the vet. It was a good time, man. Okay, they got military discount for spectators. They don't have it for event people. So, are you driving? That's one. Are you going as a spectator? Or are you bringing your car in the show? Or are you bringing your car in the show? I can't wait for AB to go and get that car sponsored. That's what I want to see. I want to see somebody sponsor this bill, man. You flying? Oh man. Okay, I guess. You can fly if you know, Euro auto enthusiast. Fly to a Euro event. I mean, I guess. I mean, that's what you got to do. Who am I, to have a word about this? So just don't fly to the Euro event. Nah, this look like it's gonna be fun, man. Real talk. As a spectator, or you going as media too? When you think about it, so you there, you get the media pass, get to move around freely. Everybody get to move around freely. Um, this should be a good time. This should be a great time. I like Carla. I like the area. I like the family who put these things on, man. They're really good people. Hope you get to meet them. Hope you get to meet them. Super cool folk. Cool folk. Really, really cool folk. Oh my Lord. Let's see here. I don't know why this thing be popping up, man. Good Lord. Stop tripping. Where am I? I wanted to do something. AB, man, what you do this weekend, man? He probably working. Cody, what you working on now, man? What else you working on, bro? You have any interesting rap projects you working on? Where is this thing? Studio. Ooh, congratulations, bro. So you gonna do this for real? Nice. What kind of job did you do? Was it just a wash? Did you polish? Did you wax? What'd you do, man? Cleaning rims? Oh, bro, go ahead. Listen, bro, that's a very intricate gig. There's a lot of detail in wheels, man, that people miss and they don't get a chance to actually do like they supposed to do. So good on you, bro. That's dope, bro. I know you've been wanting to break into something around those cars. I know you was looking at detail. I know you was looking at rapping. I still think you should go talk to Zay and see if he has any type of apprenticeships that he's doing over there. See if you can get in over there. Oh, really? That's pretty cool. Compound and shine. Nice. Man, good on you, bro. Breaking out. That's how you do it. Now you got one satisfied customer that can lead to others. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. If they like it enough, it's gonna be word of mouth. They're gonna put you on the map and keep that business running, brother. Yes, sir. Oh, I want this man. This dude been on my heart. Let me see if he what he up to. Reg, I'm gonna send you this thing. I forgot to send it to you, bro. Mr. Johnson in the building. What's going on, Mr. Johnson? How's that weekend, bro? Ooh, me and three, bro. Bruh, it's I jumped in, uh did some homework first, then kind of jumped in just and you're gonna know what I'm talking about. Jumped in on paper, started making some predictions, playing with futures, and then dove into my brother. What up, bro? Hey,
What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up, y'all? What up,
what up,
man?
baby?
Man, I'm looking all weird right now. Hold on,
How you say that, bro?
let me get this thing right. OMG. I was like, let me jump on here real quick. Me trying to text in the chat and all
And
that good
listen,
stuff.
and here's what I don't understand. when you have the link.
No. I
Why
got the
you
link,
trying to
but
play
you
with the
but you
chat?
already said what I was doing. I'm out here taking a quick break and getting
Oh
ready to go back in here and get back to editing.
yeah, I know you working, bro. You always
So
working, man.
all good.
How you doing, my brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm gonna say this real quick because I had something happen this week that completely floored me because what I felt a couple of weeks ago, or maybe 3 to 4 weeks ago, it actually made sense as to why it happened.
Okay.
So I am really good with paying my bills, right?
Oh my, oh my God, what happened?
Yeah. Just go
Oh
with
my
me. Just go with me.
God.
I'm really good with paying my bill. I don't do the whole auto pay and all that kind of stuff. You know, I did that back in the day. I think I turned something off. They were still charging, and by the time I caught it, they didn't even reimburse me. All they kept charging. So I never did
I love my
auto pay
auto pay,
anymore.
man. My auto pay
Ah,
keeps me honest on certain things. Certain things
man,
go
I
auto
got
pay,
you.
certain things don't.
I got you. I got
Yeah.
you. And I only say that because when the young lady mentioned it the other day, I was like, yeah, I get it. It's free, but no, I don't want to go through that headache again.
What
That
happened?
was
I
a,
gotta hear this.
but so what happened was I get a email or text. No, I get a text pertaining to one of my cards, and it was saying I hadn't paid it. And I'm like, yes, I did. What am I talking? What are y'all talking about? So I'm
Right.
calling. I'm checking on it. I give a call. The young lady explains yada yada yada, and I'm like, it's still not making sense. So I go back and I check my bill. I mean, check my bank statement, and I see I paid it. I had doubled up, going back some months, and whatever the case was, it just, even though the lady said it, it didn't make sense. So I'm talking. I could tell it sounded like it was a sister. So I was glad to be finally talking to her because I kept getting calls sending me to damn like Thailand or India or somewhere else.
You
Them
still was
folks.
talking to somebody, and then she just changed her voice for you.
Yeah, well, no, there was a sister for real. So, well, maybe she was in Thailand. I don't know, but I felt a little more comfortable because she made
There
me
you
feel
go.
comfortable.
There you
So,
go.
so finally, she was like,
Probably with
well,
AI, well, you know.
she was. It could have been. She was like, Mr. Wright. She said, yeah, you did make a payment. So you did make back to back payments, but that was coming out of what she say, coming out of March. She said we're almost into May.
Man,
You didn't touch April. And I thought for a second, I was like, wait, I looked at my watch, I was like, OMG.
yeah, so
I
April
said,
did go by really fast. I'm not gonna lie to you.
April flew
April
by.
blazed. Yeah, I'm still in the mode of thinking I'm somewhere in the middle of the month, and I don't realize that it's May in
Bro,
2 days.
I'm like, where did it go? And what
Yeah.
I realized was, and of course I went ahead and I took care of everything, and they took care of me. Um, I went ahead and I mean, what happened was I had flown to LA twice.
Okay.
Like within a 3 week period, I had been flown out to LA. So I've never really experienced jet lag before, except for going to like Japan.
Yeah, like
Um,
overseas, not
yeah,
local,
going
right?
overseas, but not even going out west.
Right.
And they have done had flown. So this was flying. This wasn't me driving. This was flying. So even for me driving, I think I recovered because of the drive,
Yeah.
not
Not
so
only
much
that, but
because of the flight.
it's almost like you normalize driving. The
Driving,
flight happens
absolutely,
instantly. You
absolutely.
normalize driving.
So I literally like I guess
Bruh.
3 4 weeks had zip past, and I felt the jet lag both times.
Oh my God.
And that wasn't the only thing I had jacked up. Now it didn't have anything to do with financial stuff, but I had jacked up some other schedules and some other stuff. And I'm like, what the heck is wrong with me? And I was like, okay, well that's what happened. That's not something that I have done before. Is made those kind of flights back to back. So I
Yeah,
was like,
that
okay,
I think that could get you, especially when um like you said, it's back to back, and Cali is, that's a 3 hour difference, right?
mm-hmm. Or
Um
two.
2 hour difference. And when
Mm-hmm.
you're trying to normalize, it's not always, especially when you're going. I think part of it is you going too. It's not
Mm-hmm.
you're not there chilling on the beach, right?
Right.
Just waking up when you through sleeping. You hustling.
Yeah.
So when you go through that and you're in hustle mode and you making your way through that, your body don't have a time to. It's in go mode. So when you do stop,
Bro.
your body, it's time to chill. Everything stop. It's almost like stopping too fast.
Man,
Blood don't
jack
act
me
right.
up.
Yeah.
Jack me up.
Oh
Because that's
my
those kind of moments
God.
where that's those kind of moments where you know yourself, you know your
Yeah.
habits, you
Yeah.
know how you treat certain things and do things. And it would be like putting your keys down, not putting your keys down in the same spot when you
Your
walk in the
normal
house.
spot.
Yeah, in your normal spot. And now when you go looking for them, you can't even figure out what the heck happened. And it was something you did out of the ordinary that
Yes.
caused for
Oh
yourself to
my
not do it.
God. Let me tell you,
Yeah.
but this is it's upstairs. I need to put a tag. I'm gonna put a tag on my key on all my keys. I need to.
Man.
In this house, I have a tendency, even with my phones, man. I sit phones down sometimes. I don't even know where I sit my phone. Until you
I've
come
done
to
that.
this house, you'll understand. When you come to this house, you will
Yeah.
understand why it becomes a problem.
Man.
It could be anywhere. I put a tag on my wallet because I was misplaced my wallet. I need to put tag on these keys so I can find my keys now. And well, thank God for this computer. I can find every phone that I have on me. I just make them suckers ring somewhere in the house.
Right. Exactly. Well,
Absolutely amazing. It sucks.
well,
It's getting
well.
old, I guess. I don't know.
I was just about to say the same thing. It's the age thing.
Just getting old,
We
man. We
just gonna
just
call it
getting
what it
old.
is. We're gonna call it what it is.
I
That's
want
it.
to tell you this too. And I know I started this me and 3, and I never finished because AB jumped in, but I started something, man. And this stemmed from a conversation I had first with Zay, Primetime Zay. Shout out to my brother, man. Well, it
Shout
started
out, Zay.
before him. It started before him, but I felt like it was nagging me. You ever had that? I know you know this feeling. I know you know this feeling, AB. That's something you felt like it kept. He kept dropping it on you. You like, I don't know if that's it. You like, come on, man. I don't think that's for real, right? Drop it on you again. You like, man, what you trying? What
Hmm.
for real? Like you think?
Hmm. Hmm.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna see. He gonna hit you from this direction. You like, then he hit you from that direction. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, what's going on? Right? So that was happening. Of course, for me, when I start getting those things, I pray. I want to validate. I want to make sure that, I want validation. If it's real, it's real. I can't
Right.
go no other way. I'm gonna keep on going into it to make sure that it's right, man.
Prevagen. What is that? It sounds like some kind of
It's for
supplement.
memory. I
Prevagen
know,
is your
bro.
friend.
Look, that and Ginkgo biloba or whatever that thing called.
Ginkgo, man, you better do some
Some
hey,
lion's mane.
that's what I do.
Hey, I drink lion mane coffee, dog. I be getting on it.
Hey,
I
I
get
take my
on it.
line, man. That for sure. That's the business right there.
For real. I had the gummies and I found some other stuff that I'm interested in checking out, but I definitely dig into my lines, man. I gotta have. I ain't getting younger. Just saying. But anyway,
Just saying.
I kept getting nagged. And then one day I got a call from matter of fact, I mean, when I say nagging, it was like one of my financial guys came over to the crib. This was during the pandemic and was trying to show me this. I'm like, everything he was saying was like, wah, 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 wah. It was another language. I felt like it was so over my head. Like, I'd never learn this. There's no way. This guy went to school. He's been doing this for years. Like, how can I learn this? And I kept hearing him say, I taught my sons. So after that, every time I told myself, man, this is not for me, I kept hearing that. I taught my sons. I'm like, God, you play too much. I taught my sons. And then which translated to me, I can do it. He taught his sons to do this. You can do this, basically. So next thing you know, I'm this is one of those, I think it was a Wednesday before church. I usually get there early, so I'm running around doing other stuff. Got a call from Zay. Zay was asking my advice on something. So I'm talking to him. Next thing you know, I don't know how we got into it. Next thing we talk about trading. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
So you did this, like, man, yeah, I did this, boom, boom, boom. Zay was like, Zay did he ran into some hard times. I don't know what he did, so don't ask me. But I know he did end up going to jail for something. Young guy, that is not who he is today. He's an
Mm-hmm.
amazing father and take care of his family. He's doing and a really good businessman, so he's doing really good things. But he learned how to trade from a guy in jail. Then he came out doing it. He said when he came out, and I want to say he came out early part of the year. By the time Christmas hit, he said he was up 80K. I'm like, what? Then next thing you know, we go through this conversation, like, oh yeah, man. He paid for his first home with earnings. I'm like, what? I'm like, are you serious? Tripped my head out. That following, whenever we get on the live, the same thing me and Three said. He started trading. He went through this training course over the pandemic, bought his house with earnings. I'm like, what? That's the second person. I'm like, you play too much, man. Why are you doing this to me? I don't know if I could do that. I taught my sons, like, really? Man, this is these cats, they're smart. I don't think I'm smart enough to do this. I taught my sons. That's what I kept hearing. So it's like, all right. I kept pushing it back. I kept trying to get away from it. And I was like, you know what? Let me go in on and just see. Started looking at a couple of videos. Everything that I looked at, I focused on because what Zay was telling me, you can keep it simple. All you need is an hour a day. You can get whatever you need done. I'm like, okay, keep it simple. Everybody I followed, I started looking at, kept it simple. So then I started narrowing because some people gave you noise. I don't want all the noise. Keep it simple. Let's get to the point. I found a couple of people that kept it to the point. Then I started trying it. So I was doing it in my head. So I watched the market. I focused primarily on E-mini, S&P 500. So I'm watching the market. I'm saying, all right, it's doing this. I'm looking for indicators, not indicators, but patterns. Literally,
Patterns. Mm-hmm.
I'll keep it simple. I'm looking for patterns, and I see a pattern. I make a point.
You're watching the technicals.
Yes, I'm
Mm-hmm.
looking at it. I'm saying I'll get in right here, and I think it's going to go up to here before something happens, and it'll do it. I'm like, dang. I had to get up, walk away. I get up and walk away. I come back and watch it again. I did that for about a week. Then I started writing it down. I said, man, let me write this down to make sure I'm not lying to myself. There's a couple of times when I wrote down where I would get out, it hit exactly right there before it did something else. I had to get up and walk away from the paper. I kept the papers. I got my little folder down here. 2 times I did that 2 to 5 times, I think. I remember keeping the paper, 2 of the papers. I think I did it a few more times outside of that. Then I'm like, all right, let me get on the simulator. Did research on simulators. One of the ones that I want, the one that stuck out loudest was Ninja Trader. So I said, let me jump on Ninja Trader. Let's play with the simulator. Simulators 2 weeks at a time per email address. I say, let's go play with it. So I got in. I got a few email addresses. I got a couple of times to play with this. Because of how things looked when I was trading in my head and on paper, I told myself, we're going to get in the simulator exercise. I'm going to do the simulator till June. And in June, we start trading. The goal is to hit $500 a day average. And if I hit it, maybe some things change at the end of the year. But anyway, so I jumped in the simulator, goal $500 a day. Still feeling the same type of nervousness as it is real money. It's fake money, real market though. Trading on the actual market.
Mm-hmm.
And first day I get on and I'm playing with what I got. I get in on a trade. It had way more. So when you're trading futures, you just a high level. When you're trading futures, there's 2 ways to make money. You can actually bet on the market going up, or you can bet on the market going down.
Mm-hmm. All the
So you can
puts.
win when the market's up, or you can win when the market's down, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what happens is you put these contracts, right? You put you basically bid with contracts on whatever direction you want the market to go,
Mm-hmm.
and based on the number of contracts is the multiplier for how much you get for every tick, right? Um, oh God. And when I jumped in that first time, I jumped in on the first trade, and I think I made $200 and I was excited, right? And I'm playing with I don't know the app, so I'm playing with the app, going around messing with stuff. And somewhere along the line, I clicked because I was trying to stay. My goal, I'm not trying to do anything crazy and big. I wanted to stay. Let's just focus on $500. Let's just focus on five. We're not trying to hit big. Let's just focus on $500. Second day, I made $5,500. I'm like, okay, what's going on? Third day, I made. I took gains of 1,800. Fourth day, I took 1,300. I'm like, I am over my $500 a day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm way over about $500 a day now, right? So I'm like, I started praying again. I need to make sure. I need to make sure, right? So I prayed, put myself in the right place. I'm like, all right. And then I get back in, and now it's not just praying because now I need to humble myself because I got good. I felt like I got good on the first few, right? I'm like, okay, now humble yourself because the reality is you can still lose money. Okay, my mindset, $500 a day. First 5 days, I made bank. So now that's only $2,500. It's 5 days. $2,500 is that what I made. Everything else is surplus. Now I can play with the surplus in my head, right? I made I made the money I need. Now I have extra that I can play with. On one of the most volatile weeks, I decided to play. I think I lost $2,500 and then another $200.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what am I doing? Right?
Well,
And
were you making calls instead of puts on those days, or what were you doing?
either or. So it was either
Okay,
or.
so it was
It
either
looked
or.
like it
Okay.
was moving in one direction, and then it ended up just flipping and going. It was so volatile, the
Yeah.
patterns didn't work.
Yeah.
So I talked to another buddy of mine that's trading. There's another guy at the church that's trading. So we talking. No, he don't trade. He was into trading. I told him my plan, and my ultimate plan is to get into this, to learn this, and teach other people that look like me how to do
Mm-hmm.
this.
Mm-hmm.
So get in on another trade. I talked to him about it. He's like, he gave me some good advice because I felt like I need to get in there. My goal is $500 a day. I'm gonna trade every day to get to $500. He's like, there's some days you just don't trade. I'm like, well, I wish you'd told me that before I jumped in on these crazy days because I got hit. I mean, they took a lot off the top, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no problem. I told myself I could recover because I felt like I know it and I know it well enough I could recover. I recovered. I ended. So it's a 2-week period, 10 days, 10 trading days. I should have been able to walk away $500 a day with $5,000, and I felt great.
Mm-hmm.
I walked away with $11,000, just about $11,000. I think I did very well. So now I'm really excited because I feel like I'm learning something that really works. Oh, that's not it. The other thing that was really good because a trader would tell you if you're successful at trading, more than half of the time you're doing well. More than half, they say. I was at 65.52% success rate. They say 66% is, you're doing what you're supposed to do. That's really good. I found another guy online that I follow. He says his goal is 80%. So my goal is now 80% success rate. It's working. I'm back in another simulator. I'm working with micro e-mini right now. So I'm trying a different trading different futures, smaller futures, but my goal is to do this in real life. I'm gonna trade micro, grow it, and then go to e-mini. And right now, man, I'm at like 75%. Right, I'm sitting really high, and I'm doing really. It's working. And I understand it. The last day I trip your head up, the last day trading, the last day on the last account. And this is my goal, man. An hour a day, 1 hour a day. I'll find my opportunity to trade. It doesn't mean I'm gonna be trading for an hour. It just means
Right.
that's when I'm gonna be looking for an opportunity.
Yep.
I'm on and excuse me, I don't mean to be, nasty about it, but I was on the toilet and I made $2,300. That was before I brushed my teeth.
Hey
If
man,
that is a
it's out
pattern,
there. It's there.
if this is a pattern I can follow in, and if it works for me, Sometimes,
Well,
some
I
things
will
gonna change.
I will tell you this. You're you're saying you're speaking to me. I'll just say that you're speaking to me as well. I will say the end of the year, toward the end of the year last year, I had a goal to start options trading, and that was because I had done well just investing in the market, understanding the market, and I said, okay, my next goal is to start like really looking at options trading.
So you're looking
And
at day trading.
no, not so much day trading. Options trading
So you're
is
gonna be looking at doing some scrape what they call
what?
starts with an S. I can't think of it. I can't say it. Scraping, not scraping.
I don't know what the term
Basically,
is.
basically what I'm doing. You're gonna be trading
I
for
mean,
about an hour a day.
well. See, I'm not gonna do. I'm not really doing day trading. So what I want to do is, so these are more long term. So options are more long term. Now you can do options short term. You can do futures. And you can do options short term. But mine is more long term. So I can still put an option out, an option contract out, and that could be for a year, 2 years. It could be for a few months. But for the most part, it would be putting a contract, buying contracts, and putting them out for a period of time.
There you go.
Uh, I mean, it's some money. It's some money involved, of course, but it's also it's looking at the market, it's
Looking
looking
at the
at the
news,
trends, it's looking at the businesses, it's
the
looking at
news
the
happening globally.
geopolitics. Yeah, you gotta pay attention to geopolitics, which is when you said you had the volatile day. I was going to ask you, did you make note of what actually happened that day? Like what announcements were made? Did it have anything to do with, did that have
Tariffs.
anything to do with tariffs? Of course it
It
did.
had to do with it had to do with tariffs.
Yep,
When things settled out when he put them on hold. So when he said he was gonna put them on hold, everything
yep.
kind of went ooh, went chilled out
Everything,
a little bit.
yeah. In fact, you had some days, you had, what was that, about 3, 4 weeks ago when that same thing happened where he said he was going to put it on hold for what, 60 days?
Yep. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
the market just recorrected. Everything
Yeah.
shot up. Everything
Yeah.
shot up
And
that
when
day. So,
whatever was going on just before that, and just to give you guys an understanding what I mean, when I say you look for motions that let me just give you just an example. Up or down, you want to see activity that does this. You want to see activity that does this. Called higher highs and higher lows, right? You want to see an angle that shoots up like this or an angle that goes like this. It gives you a way to see a pattern. Usually in between it doing this and this, and sometimes in some of those little spaces, when you shrink down at each one of the check marks,
mhm,
you'll see a little volatility where the market is where things about to transition and move into a
mhm.
different direction. It's all those little bitty patterns that you can see. Um,
Your moving averages, your,
uh,
um,
uh, uh,
dang it, I don't forgot the other one. Moving
I don't,
average
and I
and
try not to,
RSI.
yeah, and I
Yeah,
try not to learn
yeah,
all. I'm gonna learn them by accident. I'm good with learning by
yeah,
accident. I'm not trying to learn them now, right?
yeah.
I'm
I
focusing
got you.
on patterns because
Yeah.
I feel like it's
and
noisy.
that's part of the pattern. That
Yeah,
the
it's noisy.
actual technical names is what you're looking at. That is the
Yep.
pattern. Yeah.
So when you're used to seeing that pattern and be able to make a decision, the part that sucks is when you run across something that looks like this.
Mm,
You don't know what's happening.
yeah.
You don't know if it's going to do this. You don't know if it's going to do it. It looks like it's about to just do this and run, but it'll do
Mm,
this, boom, and back up. Now you jumped
mm,
in on betting on the market to go low, and next thing you know, oh my bad, I'm a senior lefty, and then that market just goes in a completely different direction from the
yeah.
time that you click the button. Not
Yeah.
fun.
And
Not
I'll say
fun.
that's the difference in what you're looking at. So when you're looking at that type of trading, you are looking at the market as a whole. Like you said, you're looking at S&P. So when you're
Yeah,
looking at the market as a whole, which
which is a
S&P
great
you
example
comprised
of
of
one. Yeah,
a lot of tech
500,
companies. Yeah,
500
you got a
different
lot
companies.
of tech companies in
Yeah.
there, and a couple of big medical companies as well. But yeah, you're looking at the entire market. Whereas when you're looking at options, you're looking at a specific company.
Yes.
So you're looking at specific companies and specific industries. So
Yes.
that was the next move for me was, okay, I'm going to start looking at these companies that I have invested in, that I have shares in, and now instead of just having shares, let me look at having a chance to make more money based on what I'm either contracting for calls or puts based
Yeah.
on what's happening. And for the most part, I'm looking at companies doing well, so I'm going to be optioning calls. So yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Bro, when I say that um just it's a whole different feeling once I start seeing it now, and I see it now. I can see how the pattern's moving. I still got to stay humble and not think I can control the pattern, and understand
Right.
I got to react to what I'm seeing and not think I can control it. Right? That's still
Hmm.
something I work on
Yeah.
for myself, just to ensure that I'm not putting myself in a situation where I'm making an unrealistic play on the market.
Hmm.
Right?
Hmm.
Um,
Keep your emotions out of it. That's the
yeah,
one
and
thing that everyone says. Keep your emotions out of it. Whatever your goal is, whatever your in and your out. So if you got
stick
a
to it.
if you got a
Stick
certain
to it.
in, you
Stay
stick to it. If you
so
got an out,
discipline.
stick to it. The
So the
discipline is key.
discipline is
Yeah.
this, and I learned that the discipline is so important, and not be greedy. Because I'm not
Yep.
trying to get rich. I'm just trying to create lifestyle. I can sustain what I'm doing now from the market.
Man, you can call it what you want to. You can call it rich, wealthy, whatever it is. Look,
I mean, but
I'm gonna say it like this. I'm gonna say
that
it like this.
look on your face, dog.
I
That
was
look on
talking
your
to my
face.
boy Terrence. I was talking to my boy Terrence, M2 Black Eagle, yesterday. I was looking at a particular kit for the M3, for the E92 M3, the one
Yeah,
I had been looking at anyway from
yeah.
last year when I did the build. Boy, I got a hawk flying around. What's up? I am not dinner, bro. I'm gonna need you to keep
he
going.
say
That's
he
a
looking
big
at
old
you like
hawk
you a
too.
snack.
Boy, I'm on further from it. I'll pluck his feathers. Uh, Well, we got some big old hawks be flying around here,
Oh
boy.
my
But
god.
boy, look like a Boeing 757.
Oh my
Um,
lord. Yes,
so,
indeed.
but no, so to that point, I was talking about. So I'm working on the alpha right now. That's the content I'm editing because I'm, servicing it, and I've got big, major build that's happening for it too. And then at the same time, I'm not done with what I told you I was doing with the M3.
Right.
And when he showed me the kit, I was like, yeah, that's the one I was looking at. I was like, man, I said, I want to just buy everything right now,
That
for
part.
it and for the alpha.
That part.
And he just bust out laughing. I was like, man, I promise you, if I had the cash, I'd have bought it. It wouldn't
So
have been no question.
so
So,
that point being said, it's okay. Okay. So this is what this is where I landed, right? And I said this because there's certain things that I think that I still want to focus on
hmm
that will make a difference. So
hmm
the goal, if I can make $500 a day
yeah,
successfully,
boy,
all
you
I
know
do
it.
is add two more contracts. Now I'm making $1,000 a day.
Right.
So if I can make $500 a day for 12 months straight average, then that means I add two more contracts to make $1,000 a day. If I can make $1,000 a day in a year, I pay off my house.
But I'm just saying, you see what you're saying, right?
Yeah, so no, listen. So to your point, right?
Who making $500,000, 2,000, 10,000, 100,000 a day? They are
so
not
it,
saying
but
they don't want to be rich.
it's not that. And here's the thing, right? So here's the other thing from it, right? That
Hmm.
also means um, you put yourself in a situation for freedom, which
Absolutely,
gives you options.
absolutely, nothing wrong with that.
And no, not at all. Because I don't know about you, but
Me, give me options.
$100 grand a month.
I'm just saying.
Because that literally, to be successful at this and to be where I want to land, that's $25,000 a week. No, $5,000 a week. My bad.
You said, what did you say, $1,000 a day? Or
No,
you,
that's
are you still back at your 500 a day?
no 2 weeks. 2 weeks is 25. So that's $50K a month.
Whatever the math you mathing is mathing, and so it's all good. It don't have to make sense per day because every day, I mean, like you said, that's you're satisfied. The goal is reached, and whatever happens after that happens after that. So if it's instead of it being a $500 day, it's a $2K day. All right, cool. If it's an 1,800 day, if it's 1,100 day, if it's 600 day, cool. And then and of course there'll be those days where it's like you said, you may or may not trade that day, or
Well,
maybe
and
you don't
here's the
hit your five.
thing, and it's all about the average, right? It's not
It's gonna
it's
average out.
not a
Yep.
round number. So if I think about how I started, I made $200 and then I made $5,500. I did not have to trade for the rest of the 2 weeks.
Didn't have to, but you
I made
kept
my
doing it.
money, but I had to
Yeah.
learn. So learning. So I feel like in practice, right? When I get to the game and I
Mm-hmm.
make that money, it ain't about not trading. It's identifying when you don't trade. You
Yeah.
have that volatile market. You got things going on. You stay away from it. The other thing that I'm gonna do is while I'm trading on, still trading on the S&P 500, I'm gonna start also looking at some of the other options. I mean, futures. I can look at Nasdaq. I can look at there's a
Russell.
few Russell. So there's a few of them that I can start looking at and paying attention to the patterns that happen on that side. I'll
Mm-hmm.
be stimulating those while trading actively on the S&P 500. So when I learn this, then I understand another profile and understand how things happen on the Russell, how things happen on the Nasdaq. Then I can do futures on those as well,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I can start figuring out how to make money. I'll spread it out. And then I'll do something over here, and then I'll do something over here. But maybe it's the surplus. I take the stuff that's on the top, made my 500, sit down on the
Mm-hmm.
side, with that.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yep.
if I got an extra 1,000 sitting on the top, then I play with the 1,000 over here and see what happens.
I'm gonna tell you this. This was the biggest thing that I learned that for the life of me, I could not understand until this year. When it comes to investing, when it comes to the market, investing in the stock, one of the biggest things, and even crypto, but one of the biggest things, just talking stock, that I always heard was taking profit.
You
And
have to take profits.
I'm just like, okay. I'm like,
That's the
okay,
key.
now that is the key.
That is the
That
key.
is the key. The biggest thing that for whatever reason would trouble me is bothering taking portions of my shares out because I wanted to keep building on that number of shares.
But how much
However,
of that was earned as part of the
yes,
process?
that's the part. The part I had to realize was after you give yourself a certain mark. So here's what I learned. Long term investing, so greater than 365 days. So
Yeah.
366 days or more.
Yeah.
That's long term, and that's tax benefits, tax differences.
Yeah.
Um, so after that, I give myself a 3 year to 5 year window in terms of I could decide to pull all the way out of whatever I'm invested in
Yeah.
because of what I've made back. If I've of course made it back, that's the name of the game. Now
Mm-hmm.
the flip side to it is it can be the percentage of uh, what's the word I'm looking for? The percentage of gains that
Yeah.
I have made over a certain period of time. So, I mean, a certain percentage of gains.
You
What just
rotated
happened?
yourself.
No, I didn't. The doggone. Hold on.
There you go.
The OMG. No,
That's
the I guess I need to put this thing on charge. But what am I trying to say? After greater than 20%, 30%, 50%, whatever it is. So that was the thing I had to really learn. After that certain period of time, go ahead or a certain percentage made, just pull the investment. Just
Yeah,
pull
you
the
can.
amount that was invested. And
Yeah.
now I can
Now you got
diversify
whatever
that
you started with out of the
right
market, out
out of
of
the
it.
market. Right.
Yeah. Now
Right.
you're playing with their money.
Now it's their money.
Yeah, and I
So
learned that a while ago. That's the part that I
I
learned first, believe it or
now
not.
I was yeah, I didn't I learned how to, instead of putting money in savings, the bank, I learned how to put my money in the market and just let
That's
it
what
be.
I
Even
learned over the
TSP.
I learned that over the pandemic. I
Okay, I
learned
learned
not
that
to use
started from.
banks. I do not promote banks for
I do not
saving
either.
money
Nope.
because in an investment account with the right investments,
Yep.
that's 10%. You can average 10%
Minimum.
yield on top of your money, whereas
Yeah.
the bank is going to give you what 2.1.9,
No, not
2.1.
even that.
It's less
0
now.
point. Try
Yeah,
0.0 something.
I think there's too high. Apple has no, not Apple. Apple's out of that. I think because they're in a different bank now. American Express has their high yield savings, which I think is 4.1.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Apple. Yeah. They
Yeah, they
had with who is that? Not
whatever left.
dang it.
They left start with an S. They left them, and I think they're under somebody
Schwab.
else now. Yeah,
Well, not Schwab. Was
not
it Charles
Schwab.
Schwab? No,
No,
not
it was
Schwab.
like something core.
I can't even think of the name of it. But yeah, they
Yeah,
had them. They started with that. I had that with
yeah,
the Apple Card. You
yeah.
had the high. It started off like, man, it was up there like 5.7.
Yeah, I don't think it ever got over 5. I don't think it got over 4 because they were what I learned, and it's something for y'all.
Okay.
They were using your so when you put your money in a
Oh,
high yielding,
that was the pay. That was the play.
when they took your money and you put it in a high yielding savings
Yeah,
account, they took your money and put it into T funds.
of course.
T funds is 5%, 5.1, 5.5, something like that.
Right.
They made a percentage off your money, and
Yeah.
so did you.
And so did you. Right. No, I knew that was the
Or
game.
you
I
could
knew
just
that
go
was
and
the
put your
game.
money in T funds and get the whole 5.
Yeah, I knew that was the game. So that's what all of them had started doing in the last couple of years with the
Yes.
high yield
Yeah.
account. So
Yeah.
yeah, it made
Managing your
sense that you
money.
put it in there. Yeah, of course. But that's
They
what your
took your
banks
money,
do
made
anyway.
money off your money.
But that's what the banks do anyway with the money that you got sitting in there.
Yes, they
You
invest your
paying
money.
you paying interest on the loan that you get from the
Yeah,
bank. You
yeah.
paying if you are paying any late fees for whatever you're paying for, the late fees
Hopefully you're
on top
not.
of that. And hopefully not, but I'm just
Yeah,
saying we know how that goes.
yeah.
But everything that they're making off of the money that you have borrowed for them or that you leave sitting in there, they're making money on your money and you're not getting anything on your money sitting in there. In fact, you're
And
losing
by the
money
except
because
way,
for
of
1%.
depreciation.
Except
That
for 1%.
1% you're getting, they're still getting the other
They
4 because
still
they're
getting the
still
other.
investing your
Yeah.
money in T funds.
And depreciation taking that. Depreciation taking
Every
your 1%.
Uh,
yes, yes,
you were
yes.
talking about trading. I follow this chick on the ground. She used to be a corn store, and she started trading. And she still got her OnlyFans, but she said she took her money and started trading,
Mhm.
and she quit doing movies. But she took
It's a
her money and
business.
started trading, but she gatekeeping because she won't tell you,
I'll tell everybody. I'll scream it from the
teach
hill
to
because it don't
everybody.
affect my money.
The information is out there, so who cares if she gatekeeping?
Yeah, yeah,
You
no,
got
you just got to do
EYL
your
is out
research.
there. You
Yeah.
got what's that guy in Atlanta? God dang it, what's his name? I can't even get his name. But you got plenty. There's not even just him. There's so many people that are and have shared this information over the past
I know who you talk
five,
about
six
out of
years.
Atlanta. I cannot
You
think of
know
his
who I'm
name.
talking
Yeah,
about.
I know exactly who you're talking about. I follow
Yeah,
him on Instagram. He put out content.
he's another person that was in jail that learned trading.
Yeah.
That same story. So he learned it in
Something
it's
jail.
like
That's
every time.
Wall Street or something.
Wall Street
It's like
Trapper.
every
Yeah,
time I
Wall
just try
Street
to
Trapper.
start
yeah.
trading or start saving my money and got trade and stuff. I always end up losing my damn job for some reason.
wait, wait. I'm so
Ain't no
confused.
correlation. Don't even try to
Ain't
correlate
nothing,
that.
not
Ain't
one of
nothing to
those
do
have to
with
do with
that.
the other. It's your
It's
attitude, man.
like it's like no, it's like one of the guys at church. He
Hold
came
on,
to me. He's
man.
like,
I gotta
yeah,
go. Hold on, I'll be right
I
back.
can hit
Let me
you
grab
up.
charge.
He's like, I hook you up with my God. We gonna take $100 a month out your account and hook it up to $100 a month. I'm like, cool. I set it up. Next thing I know, I lose my job like 2 weeks after,
Oh my
a
lord.
month after. I'm like, come on, man.
Now, real talk. This is just, in my opinion, is a really, if you're not doing some type of investing, you're not doing yourself any justice, right? So I've been investing, like I said, I really started getting into this big when I started playing with credit, when I started learning the intricacies of how to make credit right and go into the right direction,
Right.
right? And then from there, I dove into the investment side of it, the part where not just playing the market, but actually buying stocks in certain companies and going for the long game, right?
Right.
As I was learning that part of it, you learn a little bit more and more every day. Then I started learning about dividends, right?
Yep,
Dividend
dividend play.
stocks. Once I dove into dividend stocks, oh my God,
Mm-hmm.
it opened my eyes to a whole nother ball game. So even with what I'm doing now, one of my ultimate goals is to feed my dividend stocks, right? So I'm gonna do this, feed dividend stocks. My goal is to bring my dividend stocks to a point where, and by the way, dividend stocks are stocks that you have and you earn a percentage. You feel like an
Mm-hmm.
owner. They
Mm-hmm.
actually pay you
You
a
are owner.
percentage. Yeah. So they pay you a percentage based on what you invest. My goal is to bring at least what I have in dividends up to, if I could bring that up to $500, $5,000 a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially on top of my disability and my retirement.
Yeah.
So
You know,
this
I
what
ain't
you know
gonna
happened
what's
to
lock
me.
down
funny?
on this 100%. So if I lock down 100%, I brought the rest of this stuff up to, if I brought that up to $5,000, outside of trading, I will be making $12K a month.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
just on my butt, looking
Yeah.
at YouTube or making videos.
We're
So
making them.
imagine being able to trade and get that to a point, $500 a day on top of that.
Mm-hmm. You know why I never complain about the price of gas?
Because you own stock in it.
Ah, dividends, bro.
Hey,
Dividend pay for gas.
believe it or not,
You know what?
the only one I do
I
have
was
is
just
Shell.
complaining how gas was $2.59 yesterday, and it was $2.99 today.
The only one only gas I put in most of my car, and the BMW only gets Shell. Is Shell. I use Shell.
Yeah,
I
I got
invest in
Shell,
Shell.
Shell, yeah, Shell the next time for me. But yeah, I
That that
Yeah.
mean,
that'll
you,
be the two. The only one I would add is Mobile. Oh no,
oh,
that's
So
Exxon. BP. That's the only one I'll
you
add.
know what the other one is? All right, let me put you on game with this. It's called Top Tier. Top Tier is the company that puts the detergents and the additives and stuff in the fuel. So if you see a
uh
gas station that has Top Tier, like Valero is
Yeah,
one. I'm trying to think. A
Shell
Quick Trip used to be one.
Shell has their own
Um,
Shell used
product.
to have them.
Shell has their own. Shell used to be
Shell have
Top
their
Yeah,
own
Tier.
they used to
product.
own them.
Yeah. So if you see that, then that's good. You can get that gas.
I've
I would say
never.
you can get
That's
that.
good information because
Hmm.
it's something about opening up that door on that car and you see used Shell gas. I'm like, okay.
Did
That
you say
dog
so?
BMW finicky, man. Bougie
Did
Yeah.
you
car.
say so?
Bougie.
Bougie.
You know what a
Bougie.
guy
Bougie.
told me? He said, "Don't invest in the cell phone company." He said, "Invest in the chip company." He said, "Don't never invest in the phone company." He said, "You want to invest in the chip company." I
I
like
take it
what?
another layer. I take it another layer for you. Don't invest in a phone company. Invest in the towers. You're gonna always need those towers. Got to be renewed. They got to keep putting them up. They're always going up from G to G to G. Invest in the towers.
Hear what I'm gonna say to all that. Regardless of what industry. First off, I'm pulling it straight out of EYL, Earn Your Leisure book.
Go ahead.
Let me just say it how they say it. You want to invest into the top two companies in that space. So it
True.
doesn't matter what the industry is.
No
So if
matter
it's an
what it is,
industry, if
just
it's an
take the top
industry that
two.
you believe in,
Yeah.
look at the top two companies, and that's where you're wanting to look at. And hold on, let me not stop there though.
I download that book and I gotta start it. I gotta start that
Yeah,
book.
yeah, yeah. Look at the
Yeah,
top two companies, and you want to look at their profitability. You're looking at what they're making year over year, if they're innovating, what they're doing in that space, and if that industry is, it would be like us talking about investing into fuels.
Yeah.
Into in the fuel. You're kind of diversifying your portfolio with having that. However, of course, our main focus, at least my main focus, is on tech companies. So I'm looking at, like you said, looking at the chip company, looking at micro, looking at I can't even get any companies out right now.
Qualcomm.
Nvidia.
Qualcomm, Nvidia, yeah,
Yeah,
those type of companies. So yeah, you're right. You're looking at those, but the point is, you're looking at the top two companies in that space,
I
looking at
like
their
that.
long game as far as
I like
profitability.
that. Yeah, I
That's
like
that's
that.
it. No,
That's
nobody
Yeah.
should
how
be able to tell you
I
what to invest in. You invest in what you want to invest in, but you got to know why you invested in them.
yeah. So that when I was doing my research on when, of course, EVs were taking off. Of course, I don't have to own an EV, but I
Nope.
invested in the two top companies that was on the market.
Tesla.
First of all, and then I also looked at the two top companies that were, well, actually, I looked at the top 5 companies that were building, putting chargers out there. I invested in those. So when you think about that space, it makes sense. It makes all the sense in the world. It wasn't top 2 for me. I just looked at who was doing it. I thought was doing it the best, who had the bigger footprint.
Yeah, look at the
Yeah.
books. Go to Yahoo. Pull up the financials. I mean, the financials is
That's
public record.
quick and easy. Quick and easy. Yes.
Yeah,
Hit them
look at
up.
the books.
Yes, sir.
If they're making money, then hey, that's who I believe.
You
That's
say
probably
invest
who
in
I'm gonna
TV.
believe in. They top 2. They're making money. That's where I'm putting my money. If they ain't making money, then bruh, it's gonna be like you talking about the folks that put your money into whatever they invested your $100 a month, a check,
Yeah.
whatever it was, and then you ain't
Everything
got a
ended.
job.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was on you, Lefty. That wasn't on them.
Huh?
I said that was on you, Lefty. That wasn't on them. That was a
That
coincidence.
was
What's
good.
that?
I was just using it as
When
an example, poking fun.
when you started your $100 investment and everything went to crap, that wasn't on them. I just want to know it wasn't a coinkydink.
No, that's always a coincidence. Every time I do it, I lose my damn job. I'm like, come on, man. Every time I got my credit, I got my credit up to like a 643, almost like a 647.
That's a good move.
I was waking out. It was
Moving in the
on its
right
way
direction.
up. It was on its way up. I got a credit card because it usually happens. Every time I get a credit card, I lose my job. I'm like, come on, bro. I'm like,
I don't know. I'm trying to really work out the correlation.
Look, man,
yeah, that's what
you
I'm
gonna have
trying
to
to do.
talk.
I was
You gonna have to
like,
talk to God, homie.
yeah,
No,
I was like,
you
he's like, nah, this not for you. He like, no, this is not for you. So don't do that. You
y'all,
know,
you need to have a real conversation and find out what direction way you really
Yeah, you
want
gonna
to.
need to
yeah,
talk to
because
him.
I'm like, well, every time I get I had
Are
got
you
4
are you
credit cards. I done
tithing?
had 4 credit cards and I lost my job all 4
Are you
times.
tithing, bro? Are you tithing? Let me just ask you that. Is God getting his 10%? That's
He's
all I
probably
want to
he's
know.
probably trying to figure out if you invested in the church first. You want to invest in some credit.
I invest my
Are you
time in the
invested in
church.
the
I
church
was born
first?
and raised at the church, so I invested my time at that church.
No.
Oh
We
boy,
ain't talking
no,
about
that's
time,
So,
bro. We talking about
no tithing, bro.
so,
tithing.
so it was like this here. So I got my
He
credit
ain't answer the
score up
question.
to, I had got my credit score up to like a
I ain't never heard
643.
nobody
He
say
ain't even
that.
answer the question. He ain't even
And I
answer the
couldn't
question.
even, it was at the point, my credit was so bad, I couldn't even, you know how you, what's these,
Oh man,
Karma, where you can go pay stuff out
Karma
over
wouldn't let
4
you
weeks?
in,
They
Over
wouldn't even
4,
let you in.
bruh.
no, man, they wouldn't let me in. And none of that
Oh
stuff,
Lord.
man. I'm like, dude, like if it say pay over 4 weeks, like, nah, bro, we sorry, but we just can't do it.
This is where you got your checking to your savings.
Your
We
check
can't
and
let
your
Yeah,
you
it's
in.
like,
savings
bro,
jacked
we
up, bro.
just
You need to
can't
go
do it.
on,
We don't care how much money you make. We just can't do it.
Oh my
bruh.
God. Yeah, well, so listen, and that's part of, unfortunately, that's part of some people's journey. Hopefully you learn from it.
Yeah,
That's the key.
yeah. You
Learn
gotta
from it
learn
and do
from it.
something different so
You
you
don't
don't
learn not
find
to
yourself
apply
in
for
that
no more
situation.
credit cards.
Having the credit cards is not the worst thing, is what you do when you have them.
Yeah, yeah. It's a whole
There's nothing
play,
wrong with
man.
having
Look,
credit
look.
cards.
Let me just say this.
Look, my biggest goal when I first got my credit right was to have at least have 100 grand available to me in credit. I
Absolutely,
wanted that.
absolutely.
I had to have it. I got
You
it.
never know when you need it to
You never
invest.
know when you need it.
Right, because every time I try to build it, it's like, dude, come on. It's like, no, financial is not you're not here for financial. It's like, but I need financial to make it. Give me my credit. Let me build my credit. It's like, no. I done been in bankruptcy twice, and it wasn't my fault.
Oof. You got to start. You got to do the small things, man. You got to focus on the little things first.
So
There's ways to do it. There's definitely ways to do it.
And
That's
then
the
it's
way to
like
do it.
I get a credit card. I'm like, okay, this credit card will help me build my credit. I had Chime. I had direct deposits. Then I get a job that don't have direct deposits. So there go my Chime account with my credit builder because it don't have direct
Hey,
deposit. You got to have
Lefty,
direct
you
deposit to
gotta
be in the
stop
credit
taking these
builder.
jobs where you take a check under the table, brother.
Nah, it just man, this dude, he old school. He like 1099. It's like it's what you deal with when you working with these black folks.
You
Bruh, it ain't the black
contractor.
folks, man.
Yeah, it's the black folks.
It ain't
Dog,
the black
when
folks.
I'm
I said
dealing with,
no
I'm
industry.
telling you, when you dealing with black folks in Texas, yeah, it's the black folks.
Well, I'm glad I ain't having that experience. Cause I mean to
AB say
generalize,
he's having a different
yeah,
experience.
that's generalizing the population. I ain't having
I'm
that
telling,
experience,
I'm
bro.
telling you from a person born and raised here in
Yeah,
Dallas or DFW area, it's the black folks. I don't do black mechanics. I don't do black owned businesses unless you got a restaurant. I don't
yeah.
work. This the
You
first
know,
black man that I don't work for in years.
you know what he sound like? He sound like that one dude that don't want to go to church. He got church hurt. You just got hurt by a
I'm
black
just, I'm
person.
just,
That's
I'm
all,
just
man.
saying it's not.
No, I'm telling you
It
from
ain't
I
experience.
everybody.
think
Every time
I
I
have
go
to agree
work,
with AB, man. I think you generalizing, man. I think you generalize.
no, because every time I go work for a black guy, his check bounce.
Who you wait? Oh, let's back up. Let's back up for a second.
I'm gonna
Let's
need you
talk
to.
about industry. What are you doing for these folk, man?
I do security.
What's the industry?
I
Security.
do security.
All right. So what you need to do is stop going. You can't go to Rudy and them security services. You got to go to a real company, man. You got to go to a real. I mean, listen. Let me put it like this. The reason I stayed up here in Illinois, I was going to move to Texas when I retired. The reason I stayed in Illinois, when I looked around, there was a lot of Fortune 500 companies. Now, I need you to hear me again. I didn't say run by nights. I ain't say new startups. I said Fortune 500. People that got some grit in the game, right?
Yeah.
They can pay people, right? When you look for something, my advice is to focus on some company that's going to pay you for what you're worth, not because you can just get in. Pay you for what you're worth. You bring a certain skill set to the table, then you want to be paid properly for that skill set. It's a two-way relationship. Not only are they trusting you to do the work, but you got to trust them to take care of you on the back end, not just financially, but be responsible and respectable of your time and what you do, and give you credit for the work that you do, i.e., pay you for your worth, your value. If they're not able to meet that, that's right on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
That's an easy no for me all day long. I have not since I've retired. I've worked for, and you may have heard of some of these companies. I worked for. Look, he ain't work for nobody. I worked for a contract for the government with this company called CSC. CSC had the largest amount of government contracts at the time. I left CFC. I had a very short period of time. I worked at CDW. Might have heard of that company before.
Mm-hmm.
From there, I went to Walgreens, still at Walgreens. So when I say you find something reputable and your goal is to get in the door reputable, and then you figure out what happens next. Don't put yourself in a situation where you're working for Rudy and them security service and check cashing
Yeah.
and tire chain shop. That ain't gonna get you what you
No,
need.
no, no, no. I don't do all that. No, no. I ain't going for that or that. Hell
I'm
no.
just saying, listen, my point being, if you're getting in with people that already that you got to look at sideways, no, that you look at and you say, man, I hope that you gotta
That's a
leave.
problem. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta leave. I hope they can pay me this week. Nah, I gotta go. I hope I'm getting my
Oh yeah. See,
Let me make
I work
sure
for a
my
white
money.
company that
How
did
do
the
I
same
know
thing
they?
too.
How do I know they're gonna pay me? My money goes straight to the bank.
Say, I work for a white company that did the same thing too, man. We used to leave there running to their bank, hoping we could be the first 3 or 4 to cash our check because they'll run out of money in their own bank account at their bank.
Well,
So
I'm just gonna say you're gonna have to.
and after
I'll say this to anybody, regardless of this conversation or any other conversation. The first person you got to check on what's happening in your life is you.
oh yeah,
Self
yeah, yeah, yeah.
is self. So when I'm checking what's happening in my life, good, bad, or indifferent, then I'm taking responsibility on
That's very
every
important.
aspect of it that I can take responsibility,
Oh my
whether that's
God.
something I did or didn't, or
Yeah,
what I also allowed or didn't stand up for that I allowed to happen. So
that's very
I don't,
important.
I can't put the responsibility on it. I'm just not built that way. I can't put the responsibility of my life on somebody else. So I got to look at what are the
Oh
decisions I'm
yeah, yeah,
making.
yeah.
What are the what is it that I'm doing to set myself up for success
Yes,
or for failure?
yes,
And whatever that is, if I want to make a real change, then I'm going to do whatever that is to make that change and get myself straightened out to
that's
make
good
that
stuff right
change.
there.
Because I try to give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, well, maybe this just a one-time glitch or something. Then my dad say, "Boy, don't be no fool.
your dad,
It happened
your
the next
dad was
time.
trying to
They
tell you.
happen that next payday." I'm like, nah, I can't do this. I can't guarantee to get paid, and I'm working 7 days a week, 12-hour shifts, dude. I can't get paid.
I'll say it over and over again.
Nah, bro.
If
It's
you
like,
don't
nah,
have a
I gotta
direct
go.
deposit account with them, don't do
Nah,
it.
this was back. This was back in '92. They weren't even thinking about no direct deposit.
Okay.
Yeah, this was the early '90s. I was like, nah, bro. I never experienced a job where you go cash a check and for us to win even cash.
That sounds so crazy
Mm,
to me. That's reckless. That is so
that is.
reckless.
That is.
I
That
can't
is.
do that, man. I cannot. That's
And what
especially
it was,
from a
what so
government
they
where the
had
check
two
is never
factors.
late.
They had two factors against them. Dude, when you own a business, never mess with your accountant. Don't sleep with your accountant.
What? Wait,
Second of all,
what?
we had all our contracts with apartment complexes, and they barely want to pay on time. Man,
Oh, they got
man,
too many red flags.
But I mean, it's
yeah.
too many. It's the flags are there.
I was
There's
like,
so
oh no,
many
I
red
gotta go.
The
I
flags.
was
flags
like,
are.
I
You know
gotta
what
go.
happens?
I was like, no, I gotta go.
Oh my God, there's so
Hey,
I was
many
like,
red
I gotta go.
flags.
here's what happened to us most a lot of times, folks. We meet somebody or we meet a situation and the flags are flying
Oh
in
my
our
God.
face. You know what we're doing instead of paying attention to the fact there's a flag? We doing this. We moving it out the way.
Trying to look
Yeah.
around the flag.
I was
Trying
like,
to look
no,
around. It's there. It's telling you the
And you know
problem is
why?
there.
But you know why we look around the flags?
yeah,
You know why we look around the
Why?
flags? We only
Why?
trying to see what we want to see.
Want to see what you
right.
want to see. Yep. Yep.
That's
That's
not
true.
taking care of yourself. Now
No,
that's
it
again,
absolutely is not.
that's
Yeah,
hoping.
the second time, I was like, oh no, dude.
Ain't
I'm
no
like, I
first
gotta go.
time for me.
I gotta
Ain't
go.
no
I'm
first
like, nah,
time.
bro.
All
And
it
then
takes
I'm
is
still
one.
You keep
talking to
saying
the
second
homeboys that
time. There ain't no
stayed.
first
Look, what you
time.
say? It ain't gonna be first time. It's gonna be that time it
It's
happened.
that time right there. No, this ain't for me. I'm
After that, no
gone.
more. The goal is again, it's not taking the L. It's a learning opportunity. So if you don't
Well,
learn the first
reason
time,
it paid 2 times because I had to go find another job. I was
no, it
always
don't. No, it don't. No, it don't.
I was always told don't quit one till you got another one. So that's how I
No,
was
it
brought up.
don't. It do not take. It does not take 2 times.
So I had to go find another job, and I couldn't
Boy.
quit that one. So I made sure I secured the other job, so I can quit that one. And my daddy said, "Don't be no fool. Don't let it be no third time." I said, "Nope, it ain't gonna be no third time." And I went there the next week. I found me another job
Boy
just like
said
that.
3 times. Boy, see, that's why I don't work for nobody.
Now it wasn't gonna
I
be
ain't
no
got,
3 times.
I
I
ain't got no
quit.
time for that. But you can keep
All
saying
it takes is
3 and
one.
saying 2. It ain't even taking 1. It's,
Especially when it's messing with livelihood.
yeah, man.
Especially when it messes with your
My
livelihood.
livelihood too important. I'll figure it out with no job before I'm taking one job that's gonna give me that much
Cause what
wages.
she did, she messed their books up. She messed their books up, and then we were working for a bunch of apartment complexes doing security. And if you well, y'all probably had never worked, but a lot of apartment complexes here, they like to slow pay when they pay you. So they might go a month without paying you and
Oh
stuff,
You're
God, Lord, no,
the
man.
wrong
Come on.
without paying
industry.
the
See,
company,
That
we
sounds like
talking
you.
my
without paying the
language, bro.
company.
That
So
sounds like you got to
the
be rich
company
to
got to
work for
sue, got to get the lawyers involved because apartment complexes here change management like they change draws.
That's
Oh boy,
crazy, man.
that's terrible. Yeah,
That's
that's not an industry
horrible.
for me, homie. Not at
No,
Yeah,
all.
so
not at
they change like
all. Like,
Not
so.
in the
You
least.
might
no.
have like some apartment complex. You might have like they might be a corporation, so you might have a contract with the corporation, and then some apartment complexes, the manager is responsible for hiring security. So the management company. So you might be working for the management company, and then they might leave, you have to go through whole nother management company or just lose that contract. So that's how basically it works when you're dealing with apartments.
I'm gonna ask a
Sure.
question. I'm gonna share an experience, but I'm gonna ask this question first. How long have you been working for these companies or in this industry? How many years have you worked in this industry with this
Oh
group?
shit, I've been working in this industry since '92.
Okay, and you've been experiencing this the entire time.
Not necessarily, but you'll get some
And
bad. You find some good companies, then you find
have
some
you
bad
I'm gonna
experienced
have
companies.
to
this throughout
introduce you
that?
to
Have you been
Einstein.
experienced this throughout this time?
Most likely, yeah.
Okay, all right. So here I'm gonna give you something that I did.
I'm gonna introduce you to
I did
Einstein.
this in the Navy. I did this in the Navy. So when I went in the Navy, well, first off, before going into the Navy, this might have been my senior year of high school. My summer job was with Delta. I did baggage, did cargo, whatever that stuff is that I did, throwing bags on the plane, towing the planes back and all that stuff, getting it ready to take off.
Driving
So
hookahs.
a gate agent, I think that's what it was called, a gate agent. So I remember during that time, even though I liked the job, I just remember during that time, I think Eastern was still around and you had a bunch of other companies, but I noticed that this is me as a kid, but I noticed airline companies were always filing bankruptcy every few years.
Yeah,
And I was just like, I said, I don't know if I'm going to be doing this a long time.
Yeah, think
So
about how many
that
airlines have changed and uprooted and are gone today.
are gone. Right,
Yeah.
right.
right.
That was just me cluing in high school, throwing bags on a plane. All right. So when I joined the Navy, the job I took in the Navy was a aviation electrician. So that was because I like aircraft, I like computers, and I work on radars and electrical
AE.
systems, all the AE. Yes, sir. So I working on FA-18s, and I remember the contractors that worked there. We were talking about getting, what was it? I forgot the certification now, but I can't think of it. But either way, you get the certification, you go work for Boeing, you go work for Northrop Grumman, you can work for all these different aerospace companies. But same thing when I'm there, I'm like, I don't know if I'm doing that because while I was still serving in the Navy, you had Northrop Grumman was going through some stuff, some different contract stuff.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Boeing was going through some contract
Yep.
stuff. Lockheed Martin was going through
Lockheed
some
Martin.
contract
Yep.
stuff.
Yep. Yep.
I
Yep.
was
Yeah,
like, ain't no freaking way, because I was thinking about getting back out and going to play ball again. And I was like, nope. I came in to get my degree and all the other stuff. I said I ain't checked those boxes, so I'm staying in. But here's what I did. I cross-rated. I was like, when I do get out, it won't be doing anything with aviation because I don't trust aviation.
right.
I'm
Gotta
gonna
do
be
something.
I
Do
cross
something
rated
that you know
corporate
is gonna be needed no
that I
matter
know
what.
absolutely. So I
Yes.
cross rated in the healthcare. I became a corpsman and then did pharmacy tech. So this was the game plan while I was in, but I'm paying attention to what's happening in the industry. I say that to say you've been in this industry for a long time,
No,
seeing
no.
this stuff happen. I
Can
don't
you
know
see the path of what's happening with the industry?
I don't know how you are staying in it, but that's something that you want to be in. However, if you want something that is going to be a little bit more grounded, then I know security is something that is needed in every industry. I would be looking in a entirely different industry
Yeah.
than what you're in because of all of that you're already doing,
Yeah.
that you're already falling through. So I'm just saying that was my experience looking at aviation from high school to making major life decisions that I knew was going to affect me
Yeah.
and my family, my livelihood, my quality of life. Then, so I had to make sure I set myself up for success with the decisions I was making based on the information that it was showing me at that time.
So for you, and my story is pretty similar. I started off. I came straight in the military right after high school. I didn't have any time in the world, for real, for real. So
You
I
missed out.
started off as a storekeeper, right? So which is more supply chain related stuff, supply stuff. When you look at what that means and when that translate out into the world, it didn't mean enough for me, right? I told that guy I was interested in being an accountant. Yeah, we're gonna make you a storekeeper. Oh, I can slap my recruiter in the mouth. But anyway, 5 years in, I cross-rated. I cross-rated to a yeoman. The reason why I cross-rated to a yeoman because it gave me an opportunity to be flexible. Most yeomen did a lot of different stuff. I was fortunate enough at the time that I was in as a yeoman, the technology age started really kicking off real heavy, right? And I was able to, before DPs, data processors, we had before IT men, we had data
ITs, yep.
processors,
Mhm.
and they did all the message traffic. Guess who also handled message traffic? Yeoman,
Yeoman.
right? So those guys kind of worked in the same space. So when it came time for introducing new technology, the Navy got this big old contract with Microsoft. Everything really started taking off. I got my foot in the door at that point as a yeoman doing IT related work, right? So I got my feet in the door there at on the Admiral staff. I left there and went to VP 94 Squadron, and me and an AE2 built one of the Navy's first NT networks. We built it right there at VP 94, right? So I got to learn how to build a whole network, understand infrastructure from a small
Infrastructure,
scale,
yeah.
and
Right.
build that so that all these computers are connect and communicate with each other. Now we're able to send emails that doesn't leave the command and come back in. It all stays within. You can send these little instant messages. It was all this stuff that just revolutionized what a network looked like, right? As opposed to have to go all the way out and then back in, right? It changed how I saw everything and why IT. IT, and when you think about IT, when I compare it to the world, it's like your civil engineers, right?
Mhm.
They build what the things that you need to communicate or to store data or to move data and then now data is ever growing. I learned that maybe I need to get into protecting data. I moved from just IT related work to protecting data. I went from
Yep.
protecting machines to protecting data. Protecting data grows every day, like exponentially grows every day. Data is dollars. When you protect data, you're like being a police officer. You will always need police officers. When you know how to protect data and keep data from bad guys from getting in, now you're acting like police officers. When you're able to go in and make sure that data is safe and also you can care for that data, you're like being a corpsman or medical, right?
Mhm.
All this stuff matters. So not only that, but you will always need someone to protect data because data will never go in reverse. You will never start losing data.
Mhm.
And see, I went to school. I went to school for back then it was called computer repair, and graduated. It's the time. It's the part when we start going on the interviews. They hit you up with your guidance counselor. They sent you out on the job from the school. We couldn't get in for the interviews because they like y'all don't have the experience. We looking for people to have 2 years or more experience. And we're like, how the hell we supposed to get the experience when we just graduated school?
At school and volunteer,
And yep, and yep,
interns,
that
you
happened
got
to
to
And
do
me.
it
it's
for
like,
free.
I saw that. I saw that
You got to
happen.
you got to do it for free. You got to break in. For me, I was fortunate enough to be in the military to allow me to get my hands dirty. That was a big plus for me. I've done IT work in every capacity from the time of messing with uh, first taking on that work when I was at the Admiral staff. After building the first NT network. After
and that's
doing
the
that,
thing. They
moved
wasn't
home and
offering nothing. I think they were
started
just there
doing
to fill the
websites,
school up.
started doing websites for the Navy, started doing tech type work for the Navy, like or service calls around just whatever I can do to get my hands and touch these things so I can have enough experience to be able to use it outside of the four walls I had in the military. Had an
Yeah.
opportunity at that 10-year mark to take on to manage the CIPRNet at ComNav Surfres 4. ComNav, yes, it's Surfres 4, to take over their CIPRNet and manage it. It was the toughest decision I made. Anybody knows at that 10-year mark, you make it. That's when you make the big decision. Do I stay in for 10 more and retire, or do I get out now and just figure it out?
Mm.
I chose to stay in because there was no guarantee on that contract. It was a contract gig. So I didn't want to gamble on my family on a contract when I knew I was able to stay in 10 more years in the military. And then I have not only just those 10 years, but I also have money for the rest of my life.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna hit you.
because I started working at the warehouse at Sears Distribution Center. I started as a temp,
As a
and then
pimp.
I got on
You
after what?
pimping?
Temp, bro.
You was pimping at Sears?
Temp
Yeah,
Oh,
everywhere.
pimp.
but check
My
this
bad.
out. I started out as a temp. At Sears Distribution Center.
He
I
was
got
pimping,
hired
pimping.
on, after you do your little back then it was 60 days. After you do your little 60 days, they hire you on full time. So I got hired on full time, but I was running first I was just dumping clothes for the flat sorter machine so the guy can that actually throw the clothes. Then I went to running the flat sorter. Then I started talking to like all the supervisors and stuff. They've like been there for like 25 years and 30 years, 15 years. And I'm like, and y'all still supervisors.
Mm-hmm.
But they got a pay structure that those supervisors don't get the title misconstrued. He said pimp.
Mm-hmm.
I think he did, but I think
I
he
did
got it
not
screwed
say
up.
pimp. I said temp.
He said temp. He said temp. Hey, I
I
want I
said
want I wanted to highlight this before we get too far gone. When Lefty was talking about the opportunities in IT and coming out of school, not having the experience, I was on the front end of that. Once again, I just was paying attention to what was happening. So when I went to school, my first go round before military, I went in computer science. So in computer science, we did some programming. We started doing networking. We was working with different programs. I think at that time Java was just coming online,
Yep. Ooh, I
and
remember that. Good Lord.
yeah, Java was just coming online. But at that time, though, while I was in school, I started working part time for I think it was Office Max. So in
Mm.
Office Max, although I just did like the regular like sales and some other customer service related stuff, I also would get the opportunity to go on service calls or installs where they would install computers in people's homes.
That's
So
invaluable. Like when I say that's a great write in on your resume, like you would not
yeah,
believe.
yeah.
It's invaluable.
So
yeah,
so with that, I just always wanted to do the hands on stuff, and I always wanted to do above. I guess I wanted to do above and beyond what I did. It wasn't so much being above and beyond. It was just more so I didn't like just doing one thing. I always wanted to do and learn more things than the thing
right.
I was hired to do. So in learning that, and then I didn't finish school at that time. I left school to pursue baseball. But while I was doing the short season, minor league, all that kind of stuff, I was still working. I wasn't making like a ton of money, so I was still working computer jobs. I was working for I think Office Depot by this time. I was working for some other computer company at this time. I just started working for. Remember, ISPs were
Yep.
popular then. You had a bunch of internet service providers that was popping
I
up
was
all
trying
over
to
the place.
I was trying to start my own ISP. I had a
Yep,
bunch of guys that we were gonna do our own. I was
yep.
gonna do
I remember
ISP
you
and
talked about that.
also
Yep.
websites. Yep.
Yep. So work for like website developers, and so by this time I got tons of experience, but I had no degree.
Yeah.
And this is before they ramped up the MCSC, the
All the certification.
CCNP, Cisco, all them
Yeah,
certifications,
They
because
wanted
the
a degree back then.
certifications, right? The
Yeah.
certifications came on top of. So here's what happened: if you already was in the loophole getting the experience, they weren't worried about you having a degree
Right.
because you already had the experience. But then when the certification stuff started coming out, everybody was getting certifications. So it was like, okay, how do we differentiate the person that's got the certification? And even if they got the experience, they don't have the degree. Now, by this
yeah,
time, I'm transitioning out of IT, but that's exactly what happened. So they capped off the ability. They capped off anyone's ability to. This is like the military, where you cap off um, promotions because you have so many at a certain rank.
Yeah.
Only so many will make it. So if you got X number of
Yeah.
You already
Yeah.
know. So
Yeah.
same thing with what they did in IT industry. They started capping that because so many people flooded in to start getting an IT degree. So, all right,
Right.
so if you get your degree, but you don't have the experience, you got to at least have the certifications to
Yeah.
offset not having the experience because you're going to get more experience while chasing the certification.
And so
So
that's what
that
my
was
uncle
always the
did.
trade off.
Yeah, that's what my uncle did. He was in the Air Force, and he got most of his certs in the Air Force as an IT, and then he went to work for American Airlines. He
Mm-hmm.
stayed there till he died, and they used to send him to Silicon Valley all the time
Mm-hmm.
to keep getting his certs and stuff. So I was like, man, where you going? He's like, I'm going to Cali. I'll
Yep.
be back.
Gotta. Yep.
I'm
I'll
going to
tell you,
Cali. I'll be out there for 2 weeks. I'll be back. I'm like, man, why y'all be going to California? It never ranged to my head that he was actually going to Silicon Valley to get
Mm-hmm.
all
well,
this
not
training.
now the other side of what AB said, like where we are today in the IT space, right? I would tell anyone to find their way how to be successful in IT, right? Um, I believe that going into IT security or cybersecurity without it's the fastest route to six figures without a degree today. All you need is the certs and experience. How do you gain experience in IT in that field? Man, you find an entry level gig doing help desk work first. Get in the help desk and then start doing or at least working on your certification. Start with your C plus, right? Get C plus under your belt or security plus, excuse me.
Security
Get
plus.
security
Yeah.
plus under your belt. I think that's your entry level to any and everything. When you get security plus, that's what you need to get into a entry level security job. Now you show you got help desk experience. You break your way into a entry level security job. You can do that after a year, 18 months doing help desk. Now you can break out into security, right? Entry level uh with that Sec Plus certification. Now, when you start
Yeah,
working in the field, now you can start mapping what direction you want to go. When you decide what direction you want to go, then you start focusing on the other certs, the larger certs. Do you want
yeah,
to get your hands dirty? Do you want to focus on cloud? Do you want to do more using your brain, one of the CISSP and things like that? Then you can get those certs. Once you get those certs, now you can start writing a ticket and going
Mm-hmm.
almost anywhere. You can gain your
Yep.
way up to, and within the next 3 years, you'll be at six figures.
Mm-hmm.
Just doing
do
what you're
y'all
supposed to do.
remember that school,
And
DeVry?
yeah,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
once you hit that point, I think in most companies, without a degree, the farthest you'll go as a senior manager. And senior managers
Yeah,
make really good money without a degree.
Mm-hmm.
Real good money
that
without.
school, DeVry. I knew a lot of people went to that school to
I
get
went to DeVry.
IT, and they end up when they closed their school, they end up before they closed it, realizing they spent all this money going to DeVry, and they graduation wasn't worth crap.
I went to DeVry. What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
I make decent money.
They used to be like real big here advertising all day. Get off the couch, go to school, get off the couch,
Them
come
and
to
them in
DeVry.
Phoenix. Them in Phoenix
Phoenix,
University.
yes.
It was
My
Oh
like,
wife
yeah,
even
man.
teach in Phoenix.
and a
Man,
lot of guys that went there was like, dude, we can't find no job. Well, nobody under this message that we got. I'm
Yeah,
like,
they do.
what?
man.
You just got to know how to market yourself. People, let me
Yeah.
tell you something. What people do.
Yeah,
People
boy.
think that once you get a degree, you're supposed to be a shoe in. You still got to market yourself.
Yep.
It's not the degree. It's you.
It's you.
it
It's a person.
is not the degree. It's you.
Everybody is a salesman. That's the
I've
Like,
that's the
gotten
crazy
jobs,
part.
like
We
I know a
man.
all
lot of
we
people.
I've
They
gotten jobs.
ran to IT Tech. They ran to IT Tech. It
Listen,
was like,
I've gotten jobs over people with degrees and more certs than I had. It's the individual. It
it's
ain't
crazy.
alphabet soup. It ain't
Yeah.
degrees. It ain't even the certs. You can have all the certs in the world without the proper experience. You can't demonstrate the work. It's
yeah,
you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've gotten several jobs over those guys. Listen,
Yeah.
man, it's possible. You just got to be able to go out there and get it.
And
I
you
don't.
gotta
I
you
don't
gotta be
believe it.
determined to go get it, man.
You got
That's
to
it
know.
at the
Well,
end
you
of the
got to know how
day.
to sell yourself, and you
Yeah.
got to know how to go and get the job.
Yeah.
Your resume gets you in the door. It doesn't get you the job.
It don't get you the
right.
job. Nope.
You
Not
got
at
to know how to
all.
go get the job beyond that.
Oh, I know that. I know that first experience, but it wasn't my. I like, dude. I just left the prison. I got background and all this stuff. Brink said, "Nope, not today."
Man, you could go and get a degree from Mickey Mouse, uh, Coyote, Wile E. Coyote University,
Wiley
and
Coyote University,
yeah, the
Wiley
Acme
Coyote
degree,
Institute.
the Acme degree. And as long as you know how to sell yourself, them people ain't gonna. They gonna say, you know, you got a
Well,
degree from Acme.
we just
Nah, but
saw
I
it.
believe
Well,
we
we
can
just
get
saw
you.
what happened to Dion's son. Same thing.
No, that's not what happened to Deion, son. That's not
We
what happened.
had to
No,
humble himself. He thought he was gonna go number one in the
no,
draft. They like,
that ain't
nope.
what happened. Let me tell you what happened with Deion's son. Deion's son, you got to, well, no, I'm not going to call him Deion's son. The problem is, them people got to deal with him and his family if they bring him in. And if you notice, the first thing he did when he finally got picked up is what? Do y'all know? What the first thing he did?
I don't know. I didn't watch it. I forgot the draft even happened.
I can tell you what he did. He dropped his father as his manager, as his agent. He dropped his father as his agent. Them people don't have to deal with Deion and Deion's son, Deion Jr. Deion gonna be running around with the camera trying to film it up. Them people don't want that drama. They want an athlete. They don't need a superstar. They need an athlete. They don't want to put up with the Sanders foolishness. I'm gonna be honest with you. Who wants to
And
bring that into that training camp?
then he still ended up with the worst team in the NFL.
No. He ended up on a football team. I don't care what you say. Worst team, best team. 10% of the people that less than
I
10%
was just about
of the
to say,
people
yeah,
that play
man.
football from park ball
Yeah.
make it all the way to the league.
Hey, we gotta keep the
I
real
don't care
thing the
who you
real
play
thing.
for.
So,
You in.
yeah, you in there. Who
I
else?
don't
Who
care
else
who you
did?
play for.
Who else got picked up? Who else
Yeah.
made
And
it in the draft?
I can
the
tell you
other
pretty
brother,
much who
No.
didn't get drafted.
I wasn't saying I wanted to know names. I'm just saying
the other brother
I'm in
got
there.
he didn't
Now I
get
want you to think
drafted,
about
but he
something. I
went in
want
as
you
a
to
free
really think
agent
about
after the
something.
draft. The day after the draft,
How many
the other brother,
how
yeah, he
many
went in as a free agent after the
how,
draft.
how many colleges out there and how many athletes per team? I need you to think about that. Think of all the graduating classes, all the people that made themselves available all across the country that made themselves available. How many people actually get drafted? Think about that percentage.
Yep,
Think about that
And you
percentage.
still got to make it through camp.
And you still got to
still
make
got
it.
you still got to make
It
it to
ain't
sign the contract.
You
Mhm.
still
still
got to
got to
prove
go.
yourself.
Listen. You know what that draft was? That's the resume that gets you in the door. Now you
Right,
got to show them people that you supposed to
you
be there.
supposed to
That
be
you
there.
belong. Yep.
Now you got it. Now you got to interview.
Yep.
Preseason, all this, what he about to go through? This is the interview. His resume got him in the door. Now it's time for him to do his interview. The interview gonna tell all. Can he work well with that team? And that's what most companies want. They don't want just somebody that's gonna come. Can you work well with the rest of the guys? Can you come
Right.
and do what we need you to do and work well with the rest of the guys? That's all they care about.
Yep.
Well, he told his daddy. He said he was the reason he didn't get picked. He said it jokingly, but he was. I know he meant that.
It is the truth. That is the truth. That's
That was the
exactly
truth.
why, bro. Do you realize they don't want that drama? That's good for social media, but
Yeah.
it takes away from the athlete focusing on playing ball. If you're gonna be worrying about how many likes and how many people like him, and that's his big focus, he's not focused on playing football. That's a problem. I'm paying you millions of dollars to focus on playing football. Here's another thing I want y'all to think about. Athletes today are far different from athletes of old coming out of college. Why do I say that? Because these kids are already coming out millionaires now.
Right. They're getting paid now.
Here's the interesting part. Shiloh made more money in college than he gonna make on his rookie contract. You realize that?
Yep.
He was one of the top 5 earners in college. So now he gonna make more money. He made more money in college. That's why some of these kids are staying in college as long as they can. They're gonna make way more money in college than they would playing professional ball, especially on their rookie contract.
Yep.
They're different now. Now they have a
That's
different,
something.
bruh. It's different now.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
now I want you to think
Change
about
the
this,
game.
AB. Now, AB,
What
think
up?
about this.
What up?
Think about
Okay.
if we were in that day. Think
Huh?
if we were in college during this time when they're doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I would have never joined the Navy.
Oh
I'd
no,
have been playing football my butt off, dog. I'd have tore my ankles up trying to stay on that football field.
no. Navy would have never seen me, homie.
Never seen me.
When we was just when we was our years, we couldn't even accept gifts. They couldn't accept gifts.
That's my point.
I
That
mean,
changed.
that's
Couldn't
still
accept no
that
cars.
was
They
These kids
couldn't
still
got
accept
still.
nothing from the
sponsorships.
school.
They got sponsorships. This
But it
kid,
wasn't.
before he even made it to the league, had major sponsors. Now he got to get there. Here's the other thing. Now he really got to show out. Because if he can't
Yeah.
do what he's supposed to do in the league, those sponsors are gone.
Yeah.
They history.
Yeah.
History. So I know you
On
say
that
you didn't
note,
watch
I'm
it,
about to
but
be
if you
history.
think about what you say, AV,
I said, on that note, I'm about to be history.
yeah. So I know you got to go, but to my point, when you think about who these kids are today now, it's a different feeling for them to get to the league. Some of them are purely excited about coming to the league,
Yeah.
about actually playing professional football. Some people came into this league just for the money. They came for the payday. But when
Well, I
these
just
kids,
watched
when these kids
a
are having
video. I just watched a video where the
Lefty, hold up,
the owners they said,
hold up, Lefty. When the kids, good Lord, when the kids are coming out and they're already used to having a payday, and they're still coming in, they don't always have the same tenacity. The pureness of their ability and what they came to the league to do will show if they're hungry about the end goal, Super Bowl ring. If they're not hungry about the end goal, Super Bowl ring, and they're only looking for that paycheck, they're going to stay long enough to make more money than they made in college, and then they're gone.
right.
Got it.
I just saw an interview where this guy, he's in the league, and he was saying that he wasn't a player, but he's in the league. I think he's like an assistant coach and stuff. He said when the owners, some of the owners came, all right, AB.
I see y'all, man.
All
All right,
right.
bro, be good, man.
I
Hey, bro,
appreciate y'all. Much
appreciate you
love.
coming in, man.
Of course, this was
Love
a great
you, bro. You
conversation.
be
I'm glad
good,
it started
man.
off with financials. You know, you got in my area. Then we hit
Hey,
IT.
hey,
So,
you welcome.
yeah.
Hey, hold up. Isn't it funny how God used that mule to deliver a message?
Absolutely. Yes,
You
sir.
welcome. Keep it going.
God is good. Thank you, Lord.
You need
All
to
the
pray.
time.
You need to pray about where you're supposed to be, because if this been messing with you,
Well, it ain't been messing with me like it been messing with you. I've been
yeah,
doing my thing.
it was
However,
vexing me.
that it still was a check in the box on a confirmation. So
There you go.
that's the deal. That's
There
the
you go,
deal.
bro.
I appreciate y'all. Love y'all, man. I'll see
Love you
y'all.
too, bro. Be good, man.
All
I'll
right.
holler at you.
Luke.
All right.
All right, let me out of here.
You got to get out, man. I don't know how to detach somebody from here, so I don't know.
I got it.
You got to
It
close.
go
I just hit
it
the
go
back.
like
I
this.
just hit the back button every time I try to get. I just hit the back button. It just take me out.
Backy out of me. All right.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Lefty! When I tell you, these kids are different, man. So when you
Oh
think
yeah.
about what they have access to now in college.
But what he said was what he was saying was that some of the owners, when they saw his name on the board, he said a lot of owners. He said this came from a lot of guys he talked to that was on the inside. Told him to take his name off their board. They didn't want him.
You know why? They don't have to deal with the family.
Yeah.
There's a lot of arrogance, man, being a Sanders, right? And a lot of things they got to prove. They got to maintain that name. Deion was a beast, bro. Like when I say legendary, absolutely legendary in his own right. A beast. And he continues. I mean, he coached his son from park ball all the way to college. He coached his son from park ball to the NFL. Both his sons. So when you think about what he's capable of, that and what the arrogance, you got to think what mindset is that, right? That could take a kid that far and know he taking him there,
Right.
and it actually happened. Unfortunately, it's the name that challenged him coming in when he was supposed to. Now, was he supposed to go first round? Probably not. I think he's good. I think he would have been a good second rounder. But it also depends on what team think he's a good fit for their team. And they need a quarterback.
It sounds like to me, cause what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing, it sounds like to me the league did it on purpose
I
to
believe it
harm
did. I think it was
to harm himself,
agreed.
you know. But enough of that. For all my Chevy guys that got the 21 to 24,
It's a problem about to happen.
1500,
Oh, Lord, it's a problem about to happen.
2500. I mean, not 2500, 1500
1500s.
GMC Sierras, Tahoes. You got
Tahoe,
that
Yukon.
6.3 motor, yeah, Escalades. Go get your money back,
Yeah, well, you can't buy another truck.
and you can't
They
buy
not
another
even
truck.
buying no more, man. They stopped selling them. They took them off the market.
You have a bad motor. Your motor about to go bad, and they recalled national recall from GM. I think this is the biggest recall they say they ever had.
Yep, it is. And here's the thing: although I heard about the recall, I did not hear about how it was going to be resolved. Like, for example, what happens with the vehicle that you have, and do you get another one?
Right. And Griff told me, and Griff kept telling me, he said something big coming down. He can't talk about it. He kept saying there's something big coming down. He said,
Yeah,
I
I heard
just
this
can't talk
not
about
this
it.
week. I heard it this week.
Yep, I just heard it. And he said it was because he kept telling me, he's like, it's something big coming down. He like, but I can't tell y'all about it. I can't tell y'all about it. And that's what it was. The lovely Chevy Cadillac. I mean, the Cadillac trucks. Well, we can't even say it used to be called the Cadillac trucks,
Brian Bull.
but they got a Cadillac truck. So now,
Yeah, you say he wasn't prepared. Don't play it.
I don't know if he wasn't prepared. I think he was more prepared because Dion knew what they were looking for. I just think that they just did it because they knew who his dad was, and he tried the Elon, like they say, he tried the Elon dad route, where Elon dad, Manning dad did, said he wanted his son to go to a good team, and that didn't happen. He went to the Browns, I think.
And
What's
I
the
think
Browns?
I think I agree with you. I think that they didn't want the manipulation or the influence from Dion on any of those teams where he could go. Like, I think that people were challenged with the talent, and I think he probably is. He's better than average, but I just don't think that people want to deal with all the baggage.
Right.
Simple. I don't think they want to deal with the baggage. You said you have
And
a
I
blind,
think if
but
it would have been I think if it would have been some other kid, this would even be a topic right now because of who it happened to.
yeah, that's the only reason why it's a topic. That's the only
Right.
reason why it's a topic.
Because of who it happened to. That's it.
If a similar kid with similar talents would have came into a different kid with similar talent came into this place, he'd have been a second, third round drafter with not a problem. People assume because of who he is that he's supposed to be a first rounder. No.
Right.
True. But the interview happens now, right?
Yeah, the interview happens now.
I believe this. So let's look at this. Like, to your point, right? All right, Willie Brown, you touched something. Let's talk about like the interview. We're gonna compare this to that interview process and how things happen today, especially, right? So, and this is the good part, right? So your resume gets you in the door, right? Columbine, and everything that happened, his tapes, that's the resume, right? That's what gets you in the door to get an interview, right? Interview is when you make it to once you get a team pick you and they see if you work out with the team. That's your interview, right? And then they select you based on your performance, right? Here, what people miss out and you don't realize is that when your name is on your resume, companies literally look at your social media. to see what kind of person you are. Can we bring him in and he represent the company well? So what kind of craziness you may have on your social media can keep you from getting the job. When you look at his social media and there's a lot of areas, a lot of Deion involved in the background. So when you look at that,
Yeah.
companies are thinking, God, am I hiring this guy or am I hiring him and his dad and his brother? Do I want the headache? That's a serious decision to make. Companies will look at the next guy easily. In the NFL, well, we're gonna give him a try and see what he does on the field. We can work from
Well,
there.
I think the NFL already knew if they take him, they already knew they had to deal with that,
That's the problem.
and that was the
I
problem.
believe
They
that
already
is
knew.
the problem.
They already knew that he had to deal with that.
Agreed. Strongly agreed. But it's the name. This is the best. This is the best statement. I strong 110% agree with you, right? But the problem is the name. And that the arrogance that come with the name. The entitlement that comes with the
Yeah,
name.
the timing. Yeah,
I think that's the problem.
he
In
wanted
his
his
head,
son to
he was
go to.
worth
He wanted
everything.
his son to go to a number one seed team in the NFL, and it didn't happen. They hung. A lot of owners said no.
The arrogance and the absolute gall, he felt like he should have been drafted in the first round.
Now, could the Cowboys use him? Yeah, we could have used him as a third string or a second string, but
I think across the NFL, he could be used as a second or third string. I'm not
yeah,
saying that he
but
walks in and starts. Not by any means. I see that happening.
oh no,
He
you
got to
ain't walking
learn.
on well draft and start. No,
No, I see only one guy that can pull that off. Only one guy, and that was that Cam. Boy, Cam a beast.
oh yeah, Cam Newton.
So to your point, no, his behavior did not warrant it.
I
But
mean,
I
he
think
wasn't a
that's the
bad
arrogance
kid.
or the
He wasn't
entitlement.
out there just balling out or acting out. He wasn't a bad
No,
kid,
he wasn't bad. He wasn't bad. He wasn't bad. He
but
was better than Shiloh.
it's the
Not
thing is,
Shiloh, his other
huh?
brother. He was better than his other brother.
His oldest brother, the one that got deleted.
What?
That was the oldest brother was the problem child, the one that got
Oh no, no, you talking about Deion Jr. No, I'm talking about um
Shakur.
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 Yeah.
Yeah. He wasn't a bad. I mean, he stayed in his neck. He stayed in his boy's neck because he told him, in order to play for me and play on my teams, y'all have to walk the straight and narrow. But they knew they was good and they knew who their dad was. But I think the point is that, like you said, it was the arrogance and it was the entitlement that they had. They wanted to go to a number one seeded team, and they made sure that didn't happen.
Like the rest of everybody else that can't pick where they go,
Right,
humility allows you to say, hey, look, I made it to the NFL.
right,
I made it
right.
to the NFL. Not I got the team I wanted to go. No.
No, like you
I
said,
get to
most
play
guys
in
just
the
been
NFL. I get to put on a uniform. I get to the whole nine.
like my white cousin. He went to Seattle. He went to Seattle the year before they won the Super Bowl. He was on the team to play for Seattle. He's playing defense, but he never did play because they couldn't get his contract, and they called him up as a walk on because they knew how he played in college, but they called him up as a walk on, and they never could work his contract out. And if he would have got his contract worked out, that next year he would have been a Super Bowl champ.
Why wouldn't they be able to work his contract out?
He didn't say, and he won't talk about it. But they say they couldn't get his. Cause he wasn't like he was a star. He was like third string.
Yeah, so it sounded like they offered something that he didn't accept.
Right. That's what I
That's his
think.
fault.
I think,
That's his
but
fault. And in order
yeah,
to become, you got to be able to get your foot in the door. If you, what they say about the lottery, you cannot win the lottery if you don't buy a ticket.
if you don't play,
So if you want to be on a football team, you got to allow yourself to get in on that team and show these people that you're worth more.
Right.
So
You know what? You know what I tell people that job hop, and I listen to people that complain. Well, I won't say job hop. I'll say church hop. That's what we mostly run across. Church hoppers.
yeah,
It's a problem with every church, right? They
yep,
go to every church, they go join the church, all of a sudden it's a problem with every church. Now you done been to 10 churches, you run into basically the same problem. It's not the church,
it's you.
it's you.
Yeah, you're not hearing what you want to hear. That church isn't making you feel good. They're
Yeah.
telling you the truth, and it hurts a little bit. That's what it's supposed to do.
What are you doing? You acting out with these folks at church, with these churches. If you keep going to the church, you keep getting into it with women at the church over the same thing you got into it at the other 10 churches. It's not the women at the church, it's you.
You, that's you,
It's you.
you.
So if you go to the NFL and you getting traded and you keep getting traded, you ain't trying to better yourself. You always getting hurt.
They're ready to blame the league. It ain't the league.
Uh,
It's you.
or you still want to be hood like old boy with the young brother that keep playing with the pew pews, and they keep
Man,
telling him to stop playing with the pew pews on the
humble
internet.
yourself. Good Lord, humble yourself.
And you in the NBA, you a starter
Come
in the NBA, and they
come
telling
on,
you
man.
don't do this and don't do that.
Come on, man.
You messing with them. You want trying to prove to everybody, and you ain't even from the hood. You from the suburbs.
Yeah, but he trying to prove something. People that do that trying to prove something.
Dude, I don't care where I'm from, man. I ain't bringing nobody from the hood with me. I done brought up. If I win, I ain't come. Bro, I love y'all, but I got to change my surroundings.
I think that there's a misconception that happens with some people, man, when it comes to the belief of, that old saying, don't forget where you came from. I think part of not forgetting where you came from is recognizing that if you came from a place that wasn't so great, you don't want to go back where
Right.
that's, in my opinion, not forgetting where you came from. It doesn't
If you
mean
ain't
that
that homie,
you
if you ain't
succeed in
that
the hood.
homie that been with me through my down, was with me when I was down, I didn't have nothing. And when I didn't have nothing, I'm gonna bring you up and I'm gonna give you a job because you were down with me. You wouldn't look at me for no money. We was friends and you treated me as a friend. You
I
was there when
still
I was
think you do it a
down.
different way. I don't give you money. I don't
Right.
I don't think it's me giving you money. I believe it's me
You're
showing you how
gonna
to
be
get
working
your
for
own.
me. You gonna position. That's what I'm saying. Bring
No,
you up.
no. You're not working for me. That's me giving you money. That's essentially me giving you money. I will show you what do you want to do, where you want to be. Let me show
Right.
you how to get your own bag.
Right.
Right? That's how
You
you
know what?
teach
That's
them to
why
eat.
everybody
If I
talk
gotta
mess
feed
about.
them, I'm gonna have to keep feeding them.
I seen an interview, MTV interview with Ludacris. Here's his second interview
Yes,
when he
that's the example that I'm giving you. That's the example right there.
after
Luda
he
taught
did
his friends how to make their own money. He didn't pay them. He taught them
yeah.
how to make their own money.
So when Ludacris did, he said he went to every last one of his homeboys and asked them what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "I'm gonna pay for you to go to school and learn for what you want to do." He had a homeboy that wanted to be a chef. He sent him to school. He is personal chef, and he's a chef for other celebrities. And then he had other homeboys that wanted to do a lot of stuff. He set them up to make their money.
That's how you do it, bro. That's how you do it.
You know, he said he still got his homeboy. You know, he let be his manager or personal, assistant or something that's his A1 homie. But he said all the other homeboys, you're not just a lynch off me. I heard a dude say, "Oh, I wouldn't buy a Rolex, so I bought everybody in my crew a Rolex." For
No,
what?
that's
For
stupid.
what?
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not
I'm
doing that.
not doing that.
No,
I'm buying you a $10,000 watch just for hanging around me.
no, we're not doing that.
You ain't my security. You ain't answering no phone calls. You ain't going to get no food.
We
You
ain't
ain't
doing.
driving me around.
We ain't
Why
doing that.
why would I give you a Rolex just for hanging around?
No, I think that's.
Preloading.
I think it's wasteful, and I think there's always a better way to do those things. And if you're gonna, oh my god, if you just want to give money away, go ahead, just give it away. I think it's
Oh,
crazy.
I eat, my bros eat. No, bro. Now I might pick up a check every now and then, but hey, can one of y'all pick up this check?
Real talk. Can you
Cause
say
I'm
that
gonna
again?
get to the point. I'm gonna ask y'all, who got next?
Yeah. Why not? That's what you're supposed to do. Yeah.
Don't look for man. I seen my cousin when he was a street pharmacist. I said this before. I seen my cousin, man. My family members just kept asking, just keep asking my cousin for money, and he just keep giving it to him. I'm like, dude, stop. Well, that's family. I understand that's family, but they're using you, and they know you gonna say yeah, and they gonna
Right.
keep asking you for money because you gonna keep saying yeah
Because you're gonna keep
because they
yeah.
family.
Yep. Nah, man. I think I think you teach them how to eat. I don't think you feed them. You teach them how to. You feed themselves. That's what we
Right.
do our kids. We teach them. We don't keep feeding them, and we can't keep putting food in our kids' mouth when they literally feeding them, like taking a spoon, putting it in their mouth. Now they 6 years old. They 10 years old. They no. You got to teach them how to grab a fork and feed themselves. That's just a smaller example of the truth, because then when they're able
Right.
working age, following your example, getting up and going work every day, they learn how to do the same thing. When they get up and learn, they go make
Man,
money. When they make money, they can feed themselves and take care of themselves. That's the goal.
the best thing my mom could have did, man, was let me work through the summer youth program.
I did that too.
I got a job. When my daughter came to me and said that I want a job at 15. Okay, where you planning on working at? She went to Richardson and got a job at the Richardson for City of Richardson at the camp. That girl making like $8, $9, $10 an hour at
Yeah, man.
15.
I remember that. I used to do. I
You
did
know
the.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, I remember those days when I was a kid working summer camps. I used to do that, man. I've
Now
been
she didn't work. She didn't work during school, but summertime came. She
over
had her
summer.
job lined up.
Yeah, I did the same thing, bro. It kept me busy. It gave me something to do over the summer, and then I had some change in my pocket.
Right, and it kept her out of trouble. Kept
And
you
it
out of
kept you out
trouble.
of trouble. Had you at a place in the middle of the day when you could be doing something else. God, I remember that, man. I was in New Orleans. The first summer job I had, I was working at Little Lawless Elementary in the Lower Ninth Ward, man, as a camp counselor. I remember that. Oh my God.
You would never believe my first summer job.
Where at?
I was working at a doctor's office,
Oh wow.
taking weight, filing files, taking weight, taking height, weight for the
Oh
charts, and
wow.
putting charts in alphabetical order, calling people, putting them in waiting rooms at a doctor's office, a
Oh
black doctor's
wow.
office at that. Helping them do physicals, writing down the information because he did like the Pee Wee and college physicals for the school for the
Yeah, yeah,
kids.
yeah, yeah.
The $2 what we used to call the $2 physicals back in the
Uh-huh.
day. Yeah, he was doing all of them. And I was writing down everything he was saying. I was just writing in the chart.
Wow.
He had a football team. He had a female volleyball team, softball team come in, and all of them came in and do their physicals. And I went to go because there was other girls that were working. I went to go get the girls. He like, where you going? I'm like, I'm going to get one of the females. He like, for what? I'm like, they about to take their shirt and stuff off, and I don't know. I'm 15, bro.
I'm like, wait, what's going on? What's about to happen here?
Yeah, I'm like, what? I'm going to get one of the, maybe they'll feel comfortable with, one of the girls. He's like, no, boy, this your job. Stay here. And I was like, okay.
Oh my Lord. He was trying to
And
take you to be a
and I
doctor.
worked, and then I went to work for my uncle. He had a farm. I was about 14, 16, 17. Shoot, we picked peas, peaches, plums, greens.
Man, you was out there doing work. I didn't have all them kind of jobs.
Yeah, we were doing work.
I think I did camp counseling over the summer when I was a
Yeah.
teenager. Did I have any jobs as a teenager? I'm trying to think. As an older teenager, I'm trying to
But
remember.
I was allergic to grass, so a lot of guys came to school. They was like,
You was allergic to
they was
grass.
working on the
You was
green
allergic to
team.
grass.
They was out there cutting grass.
Yeah, I cut grass a
Yeah,
long
they was out there
time
cutting
ago.
grass and stuff. Nah, I like, nah, I ain't working on no green team. That sound like too much work.
Nah, man, I think the first outside of those camp jobs, I think the first real job I had was working at a grocery store, and it was only for a few months before I went to boot camp, and then after that, it was boot camp. And I was in the Navy for
Yeah.
many years, so I think Navy was like the realest job I had out of all the jobs. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. What up, my brother? I mean, my cousin.
What's up, man?
What's up, cuz? What's the word, bro?
But
How you doing, man?
Pretty good, pretty good. Just
Look,
finishing
man,
some work real quick.
I ain't think you was gonna come in.
I just seen the link. I ain't even gonna lie.
Oh my Lord. I'm done. I'm done. What's going on, bro? What's going on, man? I've been seeing
man,
that card on these streets.
I don't think you've seen it in person yet.
Nope, not yet. Have not. Nope, haven't seen it. I haven't
Man,
seen you. We have not linked up this year. Not this season so far.
nah. When the next show? When you going to?
Well, they got stuff going on this weekend, but I have other plans.
Okay.
They got a couple of things. I know they got a Corvette thing that's happening this weekend.
Okay.
I don't know what's happening Sunday. Let me look at my calendar and see if I can see. But they got and honestly, I was trying to describe it because I want to drive so much. After
Mhm.
first getting this car out, I'm like, I'm not going to sit in the parking lot.
Yeah.
I'm about to go push this pedal, man. I am not going to sit in the park. I want to hear this thing scream. I'm going to push this pedal. Me
You
and my
did any
daughter,
more
man,
upgrades since the last time I seen it?
I haven't done anything to that car. Just driving it. It amazes me every time I'm in it. So
Okay.
I
Did
have
I see a
stuff.
video of you? Did you sell your BMW? Did I see that video or something?
No, I still got the BMW.
Oh, I thought I seen something about you selling it or you was clickbaiting me or something. I don't know. I got to go back and
Nah.
look at the title.
Are you serious? What are you talking about, man? Oh no, you talking about that last video I posted?
Yeah, so it ain't sold.
No, that wasn't BMW. That was a Maserati. I went and did no.
I thought I saw
Yo, I
something.
haven't
Okay,
even
never
dropped
mind.
that
Never mind.
video. Wait, what are you talking about?
I said something about sold BMW or something like that.
That wasn't me. That's somebody else.
And I swear I
uh,
thought it was you.
That's
Yeah, I
got to
don't
be
know no other
somebody else.
Swole 55s out there, but okay.
I'm looking right now at my video, bro. I ain't got nothing that said I sold my BMW.
Okay.
I
I
got a
remember
video
he
that I'm
said
gonna
he
drop
loved driving
tomorrow.
that thing.
I do appreciate I appreciate that BMW. Actually, after watching a few videos, I don't know, man. I got it because I wanted to be able to tow Zeus.
Gotcha.
I don't
Okay.
know, man. I'm starting to think I still love that platform, the BMW as a whole platform, and I love the end performance. I think
But you
if I
know the M series is coming to the new Dodge with the Scat Packs and the Hellcats now. The
man,
youngsters are buying
M's
the
always
M
been beast.
M series.
M's always been beast, man. People don't sleep on the M's. M's have been beast
So you getting
forever.
rid of the Corvette and getting you an M5?
No. Now, and the only M that I get if I got rid of the vet, the only M class I'll get will be the M8. That's on the
No.
coupe. That's the
Okay,
only
I
thing
can
I
see.
go to from a BMW if I got it. But if I get rid of Zeus, it'll be an R8.
All right. Okay, that's nice too.
I have to go V10. I have to go V10, but I want the comfort.
Okay.
I want.
Okay.
I
The
still
R8 do
want.
got some. Those seats are more comfortable, in my opinion, than my.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After sitting in them both, after driving, being something about those GT cars, man, they just get my attention.
Yeah. No, I like them.
Zeus got me spoiled. So
I don't know, man. I
what you
don't know.
no, so don't get me wrong. Now I love my car.
uh,
It's Lambo has a draw. People love Lambos have a draw. Just
yeah.
because it's a Lambo, people draw to them, right? You
Uh,
clean you make them pop harder, people they draw even harder, right? Um
yeah.
you like myself love the let the kids enjoy the car, right? That's like huge. It's
Yeah.
not for us, it's for them, right?
We just the drivers.
We're just the drivers right now. So with that being said, the plus for me with with the vet, you know how fast that vet is. I'm just saying, and
Uh-huh.
it's the sound. I can do all that I was doing on the highway with cool seats and Bose speakers banging in my ears, right? Like,
I got you.
think about it, right? I got heat and cool seats, either one, which direction I need to go. And this Bose stereo killing it in the car, right? Um, when I
Gotcha.
have all these things, all this technology on top of the performance, and Ted said it, it's a GT car that competes with supercars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you right.
Even the R8 challenges me sometimes. To get an R8, I have to do like VF Engineering supercharger. I can't. There's no way I can go without it. It's just I don't think it's enough for me.
Yeah, so you wouldn't do like a twin turbo? You go
No,
supercharged.
I was super. Yeah, I don't want no. I don't want twin turbo. I want to be able to feel it through the pedal,
I got you. Okay.
all the way through the pedal. I don't want the. I get that now from that BMW. Get on that thing when the boost spool up, when it hit boot, it just takes off.
Yeah, yeah.
It's different. The Vet don't do that. It's it's right off the giddy up with that Vet.
Gotcha.
I was telling them I'm cruising at 70 plus. I get on it, the tires chirp.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's instant. I love that thing.
Some people like the different feelings, so some
I
might
mean,
say I
part of
prefer
it
the
is you got to
supercharger,
also
but
think about,
I
and I
prefer
say
NA.
this,
I ain't gonna lie. I prefer
huh?
just naturally aspirated. So that's what I'm going with. Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I'm supercharged already, so it's kind of hard for me to go naturally aspirated. I got to have a big motor.
Okay.
I would have to get the performance that I want. I would have to
Mhm.
go to move up from where I'm at, naturally aspirated. It would be the C806,
Gotcha.
or
Okay. Those sound good.
it sounds amazing, but I don't care for the C8s. I don't like them
I
that much.
I got you. Okay.
I don't like them that much.
So you prefer you C7 all the way, no
I
C8.
love C7s. I do.
Uh-huh.
I think I could be in my car driving, see another C7 and be turning around looking at it
Yeah.
like because I just love the way they look.
Gotcha.
C7s are amazing to me.
I remember when the C8 came out at the they had them displayed at the Chicago Auto Show. I'm like, ooh,
Yep.
what's that?
Yeah, I
I
remember that
remember
too.
that.
I remember that too. I
Uh
was there. I checked that out. I think I had video of that at that one. But it's like, it don't get me wrong. And I had one in the cart. Like I said, I was trying to build one
okay.
and was going to go with it. I just didn't love it. Had it in the
Gotcha.
cart, ready to push the button, order it, spec'd out the way I wanted to. I just did
Oh,
not
you was
love
gonna
it.
cash them out on a new one up there. You
No, I wasn't
how
cashing out
much?
nothing. Interestingly enough, it was about the same price as what I paid for Zeus.
Oh wow, really? Huh.
Because it's naturally aspirated, it's not as much car as mine.
Okay.
It's 400
Okay.
and some horsepower and 400 something foot pounds of torque. Less torque than horsepower.
How much what's the horsepower on Zeus?
650 plus 650 torque. It's a monster.
That's actually nice.
That's real nice. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, that's that's nice.
But
Oh yeah.
being car guys, and you're the Chicago car guy, we all know
Mhm.
that you elevate, you keep moving up the chain, right? You keep graduating from car to car to car, right?
Yeah.
For car guys, ultimate goal is super to hyper cars. You got to make it
Right.
to that point. I have all supercar performance in Zeus, but it's not officially categorized as a supercar. To get
Right.
into that category and officially in that category, you got to have a supercar.
You got the power.
I
You
got all the power and
yeah.
all the torque,
And
but
and
it's not in the
and to
same
be
category.
honest, that's more than some of these supercars.
It's more than listen. Yeah, all the
Yeah.
V10s in my era of the era of my car, they don't touch Zeus.
Yeah. Yeah. What year is your car?
17.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because they got the 580
Yep.
dash two,
Yep.
Zeus beat the 610 dash four. Then you got a 17. Oh, well, they came the
17
Performante
was
came out
that
in
that's on
18. I want to say, and that's a
Aventador.
640.
That's in Aventador was a 710, right?
No, the oh yeah the 700 the Aventador did have the 700
But that's what you had to graduate. That's also V12, a whole different motor, right? All the
yeah
V10s,
yeah.
they don't touch that guy. And what's the torque? Think about the torque on that. 300 and something.
Yeah, actually, let me verify that one. Let me
The
see.
torque on your car is 300 and something.
Hold on. I ain't about to be let me confirm that
Well, yeah. I'm gonna look up a 2000. I'm gonna look up the same year, 2017 Lambo Huracan.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna look at horsepower and torque.
The torque. Let's see.
Horsepower varies from. Oh, it's not showing me the torque on that one.
413 pounds feet. Yeah, 413.
For what? 413.
413.
All
Yeah.
right. So now that's a 17.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Go back to some. Go back to
All
some of the more realistic purchases that are out
right.
there right now.
All right, let me see.
What's the torque on those?
Let me see.
Go ahead.
Dang, even the newer ones got the 413.
I told you. I told you. I
Let me
told
just-
you.
Well, okay, they got a different one. Okay, so for the Dorado, it's 443.
Yeah. See, most of them in the fours.
Yeah, they're in the
They
fours.
started in the threes, though. They were in the threes. They were high threes before, like 380 something. And now
Uh-huh.
they're in the fours. They're in the fours.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the
Uh-huh.
torque. What does torque do?
They
Torque
used to be 376.
told you. So torque gets you moving.
Uh-huh.
That's what gets you out of the hole. Horsepower just keeps you moving.
Uh-huh.
So
Well,
all of those guys,
okay,
all-wheel
even
drive.
if we gotta still account for the weight too of the car.
What's the weight of that car?
We gotta calculate the weight. All
What's
right,
your
so
weight?
let me get to the weight. So we'll go. I'm gonna say let's go back to that 2017
Yeah.
Lambo Huracan. Wait, let me
Wait.
see.
Let's see. Specs.
All right, about 3,300 pounds.
Guess what my car weigh?
What you at, about 34, 35?
32 to 3,300 pounds.
Okay.
I'm telling you, it's supercar caliber. It is
Yeah,
supercar caliber car.
yeah. Okay.
32 to 3,300.
Yeah, it's in the same.
The only difference is that majority of those Huracans are all-wheel drive.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
rear-wheel drive. That's the difference. That's the They they're about the same length. They're almost the same height.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm all-wheel drive.
But all-wheel drive does make a difference when you launch it. I
Mm-hmm.
feel that difference in that truck. That truck launched like the Vet, but it's all-wheel drive. It has less horsepower and it's heavier. But the
Gotcha,
launch of a heavy
gotcha,
truck like that makes it feel like it's going faster.
gotcha. Yeah. Now with an all-wheel drive, I know there is a percentage, isn't it? Like, what is it, like
about
20 or 30
20%.
or
It's
okay,
20%. So you lose about 20%. I think rear-wheel drive is 15, about 15.
okay, okay. Mm,
But you are still launching all-wheel drive, meaning you have less spin. You are moving the car at a balanced pace with all four tires as opposed to back squatting down like that, getting and moving. You know what I
gotcha.
mean? If that makes sense.
Yeah,
You're not
yeah.
putting all the pressure on one axle. You got two axles or four tires that actually grabbing the earth and trying to move forward.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
That's a little different.
Little bit.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
right.
yeah. So what I've learned after the reality of what Tesla could do, because that's the ones that like to mess with me, come at me when they do. I'm not
Yes.
doing anything from a dig.
Oh
We go
yeah.
to the highway, let's go. I'll
You
take
a 40 or 60 roll or
40,
something.
50. I don't care. They
uh-huh.
can't touch me. I've already proven it several times.
Uh-huh.
Come on, Tessie. Let's get it. The only one that tried me from a dig that couldn't handle me and it was an electric car was that doggone Mach-E. Some Mach-E dog, he gonna
Oh,
mess
the
with me.
Mustang. The
Show
Mustang.
him up. Yeah, I'm like, just because you're electric don't make you faster than everybody, bro. You
Hey.
must have missed that Z06 on the side of this car. Clearly you missed it. It
Have you ever
actually
went
has
up
a
against
name.
the what was it, the Chevy Volt?
You play too much. Oh, you straight play too
He
much.
gave you a little run for the money.
You play too much. Oh, hold on. And look. I'm looking at the curb weight of the Huracan. You say 3,300. No, it's 3,399 pounds. That is 3,400 pounds. It's heavier. It is heavier.
I think it might depend on the one. Hold on, let me go back. What did I just watch? Reading. Let me go. I think it might depend on I don't
If
know if
it's
it's real.
all-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive.
Yeah, that's what about. Yeah,
Yeah, because the
exactly.
all-wheel drive are heavier. They are heavier.
That's probably what it is.
And if you got a freaking convertible, it's heavier.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
So
That's
that's
why
my
I
point.
prefer the
So,
coupes.
me too. If I'm gonna do it after driving that, especially after driving that R8 convertible, I can't do that.
Uh-huh.
You lose about, I want to say, 6 inches behind you. I felt
Gotcha.
crunched in that car because of that doggone convertible top. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I'll
Yeah,
take the
okay.
coupe. I could fit the coupe, no problem. I could drive it cross country and enjoy the crap out of that car.
Mm-hmm.
Can't
That'd
do
be
a
a nice.
convertible.
We gotta do a cross country, man.
We can't. You know what? I think we still should. We need to try to put something together.
Yeah, 'cause I remember it was gonna be Louisiana. Now it's gotta be, I don't know, somewhere.
So listen, man. Let me say this. I still got a job I got to deal with, but
Man,
I'm
put your
free.
2 weeks. Tell them you.
I said, "Put it for 2 weeks. I'm gonna come work for me."
I'll
What'd you
put you
say?
on the
What'd you
eligibility
say?
list when I
Cousin. I'm
soon as
going to
I'm
work
ready,
for
I'm gonna
me.
give you a call.
But
Oh
listen,
man.
so hey, I'm working on some things,
Mhm.
and if they
Well, you work
go,
from home, right? Sometimes. Can you just bring your
sometimes I
laptop?
do. Not enough, in my opinion. Not enough.
Okay.
Not enough. Good Lord, not enough.
Okay.
Are you still contracting right now?
Yeah, I'm actually behind the computer right now.
You working right now? Are you serious?
I'm working right now. I'll be done in about an hour at 11.
Are you working one contract or two right now?
One contract, and then I got the full time thing.
Are you still got a full time too?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I
you
still,
got
I've never got rid of the full times.
okay. So you've been grinding with the full time, pulling the contract to
Yeah,
bring in that surplus. Okay, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That has that been handling or helping you maintain what you're doing with the properties and everything. So that's been that extra
Yeah,
money.
yeah, and actually, I'm finishing another floor this Friday. Actually,
That's
getting
gangster.
rented out.
Congratulations, bro. That
Thanks,
is
sir. Yep,
freaking
yep.
awesome.
You know,
That's
yeah,
what's up. I like that. I like that a lot.
yeah. So that helps with like, so I don't take out no like construction loans or
Yeah, you
anything.
don't want it.
I just use the money I get from different contracts and stuff for to build that stuff up.
And you can write that. So
Yeah.
that's another
Oh
win.
yeah.
You get to
Yeah. Matter
write
of
it.
fact, they owe me a couple.
Yeah, yeah. You get to write it because it's all about home repair, right? And it's just one of yours. All that is right. You write all that, man.
Yeah.
That's freaking awesome. So you're working to get that money back.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was
Great.
telling them on here, man, I started practicing trading. So that's what I've been kind of playing with lately.
Oh yeah.
Working on trading futures, man. So it's been
Awesome.
going pretty good.
How
So
you liking it? Is
yeah,
yeah.
I like it a lot. I like it a lot so far. I'm still learning. I'm doing way better than I've done. I'm on a simulator right now. So
Okay.
I actually I'm gonna trade real money in June. Um,
Okay.
and I
Yeah,
got a gold.
I stayed in the crypto space, so I do that on the side.
I'm so mad at myself with Doge. Um, I got into Doge when Doge had three zeros behind the comma. And when I
Uh
looked at it, what it was now, I'm like, why did I get out of this crap? I probably had what? I want to say about 2,900 coins of Doge.
oh wow. Okay.
But I was
Yeah,
in when they had three zeros, and now they don't have three zeros anymore behind that comma, and I'm really mad at myself.
you would have been able to go on that road trip.
I sure could. Yeah, three zeros
Yeah, you
behind
would have been
2,900
yeah.
coins.
Less than a penny.
I know, bro. I know. Good Lord,
Less
Jesus.
man, less than a penny. But yeah, no, I
Way
feel
less
on
than a
you.
penny, bro. You talking a thousandth of a penny? What I got in at?
Yeah,
But
because you
when the
said three
market started
zeros behind it,
shifting,
right?
yep, three zeros behind. That's a
Yeah.
thousand. And I just took all that money that was there. I made a little bit of money, so I can't complain completely. Not as much as I could have made. Oh, what a
And I
cry.
remember when Bitcoin was about
Mm.
$8,000. I remember that.
I remember when Bitcoin was three figures.
A couple $100, huh? Like $400.
I remember when Bitcoin was 3 figures, and only thing I don't think fractions was a real thing back then. So you had to get whatever
You
you
have to
were
buy
gonna
the
get
whole
per
coin.
coin. You had to buy the whole coin. So you couldn't do
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
fractions. And I'm like, what is this? Typical, it's not even real money. You can't see it. What do you mean? Put a coin in
Yeah.
my hand. You can't see? That's what I'm talking about. Like, the
They used to have
reality
the
of what it
machines
was, what I
everywhere.
thought it was, I couldn't make sense of it for myself. So it didn't make sense for me for me, like, I'm not doing
At
that.
that time, you was like, "What about that?" Yeah, I feel it.
Like,
Yeah,
no,
they used to have the Bitcoin machines everywhere,
they're there
like
now.
ATM. Yeah, you used to buy Bitcoin everywhere.
They still got them in some locations. Those
No,
Bitcoin
so
ATM.
the coins are there. I mean, the machines are there. And that allows you to, you get a card, depending on your
Uh
wallet. You can get a card and draw on it, no different than you do from a bank account.
huh.
And now, like, some car makers, some hotels, some
They in the
businesses,
lobby.
other business, they actually take coin. They take Bitcoin.
Oh yeah,
Yep. So basically, you could buy a car with fractions of a coin. You can go buy you a $30,000 car with a fraction of a coin.
yeah.
That's
And
crazy.
then I was trying to understand it, but everybody out, like you said, they was taking the long route of trying to explain
Yes, sir, really, Brown.
what is Bitcoin, and I was like, dude, just tell me what is it. I don't need you to go all around the corner. Just tell me what it was, and
But see, when people don't know what it is, that's the explanation I got. When I asked what it was, no one could explain it to me.
right,
It was too early to truly understand what it meant, especially when nobody else was using it. You talk
Mm-hmm.
about growing a tree, we don't know what the fruit is going to look like. And who's
yeah.
going to eat it? Who's going to buy it? We didn't know. Now we know.
It's cyber money. That's all they can tell me. It's cyber money. How is it cyber money?
That's my point.
Cyber
It's
money.
cyber money.
Digital
Okay, well,
That might
currency.
not be a good explanation because if you think about it, what's the credit card?
Digital currency. Digital currency.
Uh-huh.
You
it's it's
literally,
it's it's a loan or some money that you promise you're gonna pay back.
but you know what? That's your point. It is a loan. So you have an approval to use a certain amount of money that you have to pay back.
Or a
But it's
debit
Right,
card.
still an assumption of money.
right.
It's still an assumption of money because a credit card don't give you, bam, $11,000 and say, okay, here's the $11,000. Use it as you need to. No, no, no. It's all on the card. No, no, it's there. Just use the card. No, no, no.
Yeah,
11,000 there. You just got to swipe. Same, kind of the same, I would
I
say.
watched this. I watched this billionaire, and he says he don't carry a debit card. He said debit cards are not good.
They're
He
not.
said he taught his kids. He said he wouldn't allow his kids to get debit cards when they put their money and start making money. He like no. He
Run a
like
credit card.
he like I use credit card.
Pay
Yeah, that's
off.
what he asked. He like, what do you use? He said, I use credit card. He's like, why? He like, why would I use my own money? I use other people's money.
Use somebody else's money. That's how you make
Yeah.
it.
And a lot of the times you get
You use
1 to
somebody else's money.
5% back on everything you purchase. The only
Point.
time I
Listen.
use that is the credit card is more secure.
It is. Especially when you use an American Express.
Right.
Yeah.
He like, I never thought.
I
I'm
can tell
like,
you
this
about
the
some
first
a
billionaire.
couple
Guess
This
how
the
I
recent.
got
first
that?
billionaire that actually told the secret of how they spend money. He like, I
Right there.
don't.
Got that
He
on
said,
point. That's all
yeah.
point right there. I ain't had to pay for that with no real money. Digital currency.
He said,
Digital currency.
why would I use my money? He said, why would I use my money? He
Mine is
said,
prettier than yours,
you
though.
using a debit card, you using your money. He said, you using the credit card, you using the
Oh,
bank
it's
money.
upstairs. My wallet's upstairs. God dog it. My car
Yep.
prettier than yours.
He said,
I got
he
flowers
said,
on it. It's still
when he
platinum,
go
though.
open
Got
accounts,
flowers
when he
on
go
it.
open accounts with the banks, he never let them get them. He said, I don't even take the debit card. I always ask for a line of credit.
You know what I love? I love them cards when you drop them on the table to make noise.
It make that noise.
Wait. Oh, I got the old one down here somewhere. I got the old one on my desk that I used to have, and I went from the gold to that one. on a
Oh, okay.
promotion. And when I got that I got mine. So I ain't just get I had to get the one with the flowers on it. So I had to make it pretty.
So
Okay.
my time credit card, once you be with them for a little bit, you started out with a plastic credit with your credit builder card. I ended up with a metal, and I gave it to a chick one day, a cashier. She like, "What?" She say, "Why this card so heavy?" I like,
Mhm.
"It's metal."
Them heavy
And
cards
she,
be them
yeah,
heavy
I
cards
like, "It's
got some
metal."
weight.
And she say, "Why?" She say, "Why is it metal?" I say, "Well, people can't steal your signal because it's metal."
The other thing, what's the metal cards I got? The American Express, Chase, and I think the Apple card is also metal.
Oh yeah, the Apple one is.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Where is
I
that?
got that Chase card. The big Chase card that I got is also metal. See, this is all the stuff that I was learning about credit and how you use credit. You use their money to do what you
Mm-hmm.
need to do. Pay your bills with the credit card, and then you pay the card with your money, right?
Right.
Get
Yeah.
points, and
And
you
a lot
get
of
credit
times it's
when
cheaper. I'm gonna tell you, a lot of times when you pay with the credit card, it's cheaper than if you use a debit card.
it really is.
You
Yes,
get all
it
the
really is.
yeah.
Yeah, because now your consciousness about what you're doing with it is different, right?
Yeah.
And the long term is even better. Again, bro, you don't realize the stuff that you can vacation for free on points.
I did.
That's my point.
You know,
You
you
can
get
vacation on free on points.
hotels,
Hotel, everything,
car rental, all of
all of it, flight,
I'm gonna
the
tell
whole
y'all. I'm gonna
nine.
tell y'all a funny story. Right. I used to work at the food stamp office. Right. This Asian lady came in and she trying to get another card. The lady came out. She said, "Ma'am, you got 28.
I'll be right
You
back.
got
I'll be right back.
32." She said, you got $3,200 on your food stamp card. She said, "Do you use your card?" She said, "No." I'm like, "Why do you get food stamps if you're not using it?" I'm like, "Man, let me see your card. Let me show you how to use this card." It's like you got a food. I'm like, man, I would have took her off those stamps, man. Any other agency would have canceled you if you're not using it.
Uh-huh. Let's see here. And there is a difference between a credit card and a charge card.
Right.
Yeah. I think more American Express. I think those are more like your charge cards, and then you have like the Chase
Yeah,
Sapphire.
like the
I think that's
Diners
like a credit
Club.
card and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, you had like the Diners Club, the all
Yeah.
them. Yeah, American Express. Them are more privileged cards. The like Visa and Mastercard. Them are your true credit cards.
Yeah. Yeah. I noticed a lot of people stopped taking American Express though. I think because
Yeah,
like
American
the owner
Express,
of the card,
Discovery.
they always like kind of come out on the top and the company that they use the card with kind of always like losing money. So they're like, nah, we ain't gonna
Yeah,
never take this card no more.
like the first one they stopped taking was Discovery.
Oh yeah, the Discover, right? Uh-huh.
Yeah, they stopped taking Discovery. Then they started taking.
Yep. He got
Mine
one.
pretty. Mine
Turn it, turn
pretty.
it, turn it, turn it around real quick.
Nope.
Y'all
Hey,
got them. Y'all got them
hey.
platinum status.
Ooh, look, it held
Uh,
flat. Ooh, that don't ting. It's not tinging on this.
Bill 18.
It ain't tinging. I got 3 tinging car.
You got
Another
three?
one.
Dang, I only got two.
The
I'm gonna get some
Sapphire.
one day.
Chase Sapphire.
Oh, I don't got Chase. No.
You gotta get that one. That's a good card to have.
Yeah,
I'm
they
definitely.
won't. They won't let me in the club. I'm trying, but they won't let
And then of
me in.
course the Apple card.
Even the one. What's the one everybody going to get? Not Chase. What's the other one? They keep telling everybody to get. They won't even let me in.
Is it that credit union?
No, it's not credit union. It's another charge account that everybody try.
Uh start with a B.
A B?
Yeah.
I don't see loud, but yeah, for I don't know what happened with American Express for a minute because a lot of people was not taking it,
Yeah, a lot
and
of yeah.
now they
I
take
can tell
it.
you why. I can tell you why they weren't taking it, because in the beginning, American Express was you charge it, you pay it all off, all at one
Yeah,
time. And a lot of people
yeah,
didn't want to do that,
yeah.
or you fell within bad standards with them. The cool part about a relationship with American Express is once you're in, you're in. What I love about them, if you're able to get in the door with American Express, you
Uh,
can, you can walk away with 2 cards on one pull.
Yeah. Yeah.
One pull. And with that relationship, you can literally American Express your way across all platforms. Like I
all
got
I
American.
remember growing up with hearing about American Express was that damn black card. I got me a black card. And everybody, what's a black card? I found out it was American Express black card.
Yeah, Black Card is what, $1 million in business?
Yeah,
Oh,
all the
no, I
rappers.
think it. I don't think they allow business. I think the last time I
Not
checked, I think
business.
it has to be personal.
Transaction.
Yeah.
Transactions.
Uh-huh.
Isn't it $1 million? I think it's $1 million,
I
right?
think
For
it's
the
a
Black
million.
Card?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Million
a lot of
transactions.
millionaires had black cards, like your rappers, and I heard it from a lot of rappers. You know how we
Anybody can
brag.
get it. You just got to do $1 million worth of charges and pay it off.
All I need is a little bit of
That's
spray
all.
paint. I just need a little bit of spray paint, and it's gonna be black.
Sharpie.
And
Sharpie.
like
I use Sharpie.
they go around telling, "Yeah, I
I
got my black card. Yeah,
go
I
to my
got my
rap
black
guy and get
card."
this sucker rap black if I need to. Can I get some high gloss black on the set? Make it satin.
Hey, I was looking
Yep.
on. I'm gonna make you laugh. I was looking on
Can't think of that company, man.
on eBay. I was looking on eBay, and they got stickers that you can put over your car to make it look like a food stamp card.
Food stamp.
Yeah.
Yeah, it like they got different stickers you could like make you could put over your like a guy like it's like a guy gave him like he played a joke on it. He had did it. He showed they had a video of him using it, and he had it like it was EBT. It said EBT card on it. He gave it to the lady like we don't take EBT. Like man,
Oh,
this is my debit card.
Barclays. Barclays.
Barclays. No, it
Bar
wasn't Barclays. It's
Barclays. That's another one. That's a big one. That's a real good one to have. Between them and Brinks. Brinks is
yeah.
also a good one.
Brinks. Isn't
Brinks.
that money truck that dropped all that money in the city?
No, not Brinks. Brex. BREX.
Brinks got a card too, but they got a bank. But
Now these
yeah,
are
I
they have
seen that. Did they should have lost their job. Dude lost $300,000. I didn't see what city it was in.
that Barclays called that's one to have. The
I think.
Barclays
Wait, was
card
it?
is
I think it
another
was in
one.
Oak Park actually.
Yep.
Was it?
Yeah, I think it was Oak Park on the
I think it
border.
was in Oak Park. Yep.
Dude dropped $300,000. I'm like, I know both. Well, I know the driver got not the driver, but the I know the damn what they call it delivery officer got fired.
All them guys. Yeah, yeah.
Man, that's great. 300K. Golly. And where was I?
Exactly. You know what? You
Ah,
know, right around the
ah.
corner from my house, or from where I grew up at, a truck got stolen. They stole the truck, and a guy was trying to get it away. He was throwing money out the back of the truck.
Dang, I missed it. Willie Brown, have a good one, bro. Good night, brother.
Say, my phone about to die.
Your phone about to die.
Yeah,
Mm,
looking
mm,
on
mm.
5%. Let me see
Oh,
what the trap. Let me see what the trap phone would do.
the trap. You got a trap.
I got 2 phone.
Yeah. Oh man.
She, yeah, it's dead. He probably jumping in
Oh,
on
he
the
just
trap
cut it
phone.
off.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, he done that one done.
He got to turn the trap one
How much
on.
work you got to do tonight, bro?
Man, I got. Let me see real quick. I got three cases I need to attend to. So that'll be about 20 minutes, 20, 30 minutes, somewhere
When
around
you
there.
say cases, what are you doing? Are you doing the reviews? Are you doing assessments?
So I'm doing It's a mix of things. Like, for example, let me see. This is so I do reviews too. Okay, so for example, let's say you wanted to download a specific software. Well, before you can download that software, it goes through an approval process.
Hmm.
And one of the things that gets done is reviewing that software and understanding what happens to the data. So, what happens to the company's data when you use that software?
Right,
So,
right.
like, where's it stored? How long is it stored? Are
Yep.
they like SOC 2 compliant, type 1,
Right.
type 2? All that stuff is reviewed. Looking at pretty much I love companies that have a trust center, so I can just get all that information.
It's all in one place. Yeah.
Exactly. But a lot of companies don't even know what that is.
Right.
So it's just
They're
pretty
usually
much
really small when they're
yeah,
immature companies.
yeah. And then a lot of times when I'm asking, these companies, for different security documents and stuff like that, they don't even want to participate. So then in that case, I'm like, this application is denied. You can't use this app because I can't confirm what is happening with your data when
Yeah,
it's
they don't
supposed
want to.
to.
They don't want to air their dirty laundry. When they
Pretty
start having
much.
to show you all the details, especially security documentation, that means they got to expose something a little uncomfortable about themselves, and they're not willing.
Right, exactly. Yep. So, I mean, are you doing pen testing? Are you even training your employees on an annual basis, at least on, on best practices? So, a lot of companies, they don't, like you said, they ain't trying to do all that or hear nothing about that. So, yeah, stuff like that, man.
It leaves them too vulnerable. They got to tell too much.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And if they're that small and they're not willing to talk, if they're willing to talk, the first thing to do is let's do an NDA. So you don't share this with nobody else, and I'll tell you
Right.
everything that's going on. Then we discuss it, and then we make a determination based on the information provided, not on the NDA.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And that's why when I built the trust center, I put a click through NDA through that thing so you can read it, click through, and once it's approved, then you get
There you
access
go.
to all the stuff. Because
There
yeah.
you go. There you go. Right
Yeah.
now,
So,
I do primarily. I think I told you what I do. I do.
but you at GRC, right?
Yep. Well, we call it TRC,
Trust, risk, and compliance.
technology risk and compliance.
Technology. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. And so it's I in the HIPAA and also the HIPAA high trust and PCI space.
Gotcha. Oh, I just completed SAQA for the company.
Oh yeah, did you really?
Yep, just completed SAQA. Uh-huh. So pretty much had to figure out what pay how are you taking payments,
Yeah, yeah,
is it an iframe, is it
yeah,
completely somewhere else? So
yeah.
yeah, how many transactions are being processed in a year,
Oh my
getting all that
god.
information, and then I can determine which SAQ that needs to be completed.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. And then after that, I think after an SAQ, you have to do the what is it called? AOC. So it's pretty
AOC.
much like a summary of the SAQ.
Yeah. So the AOC basically, well, once you get your ROC, your AOC is your certification, basically, right? So it gives
Yeah.
you the ROC date, the date of your ROC,
Hmm.
ROC.
Right.
Um,
Uh-huh.
and that's one of the things I do track and monitor for Walgreens as well from our vendors, our processors, are the AOCs. So making sure that they
Gotcha.
are
Gotcha.
compliant.
So for any person that's processing data, you make sure you get
Yeah.
their okay. Okay.
So those are all accessible items.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Nice. Yeah, yep. So yeah, that's what I do. IAM, GRC, and cyber.
Yes, indeed.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yo,
it's
trap phone. That's the trap. He on the trap
So
phone now.
I had to go steal some Wi-Fi.
look, you no longer look like you're witness protection over
Hey, hey,
there.
got that natural. I don't know why that phone is darker than this phone.
Yeah, it's better phone, man. That's a better phone. The camera,
No, actually, but this is my 22 Ultra and this is my 24 Plus I'm on now.
yeah, the camera's better. It pick better at picking up low light.
I don't know, cause my 22 Ultra take better pictures than the Plus at night.
That's crazy. That's
But
crazy.
it is a 22 Ultra though. It's not no Rudy Poo.
Yes, indeed.
But my plus, it's good. It's a newer phone, but
My 20 still does great. I still got a 20, bro.
I like my 22 because I got that 100 times zoom.
I love this phone, bro. It's still hanging in there. I got one of both. I got an iPhone and I got an Android.
I picked up my daughter's phone. My wife gave me her phone to look up some, and I couldn't even do it. I'm like, what the hell,
That iPhone had them swamped.
man? And that's how long it's been since I had used an iPhone. But if I play with it, I can get a hang of it. But it's gonna take me about 30 minutes for me just playing with it to get to.
It's not as hard as you think. It's actually, I believe that Samsung people have a tendency to overthink functionality in the iPhone.
Well, it's the swiping.
iPhone
It's the
is
swiping for me. I'm not a swipe type of person. I still use a navigation bar.
it's so simple. It really is. I got both phones. I used to be in your shoes before I got the iPhone, and then once
But
I got it, I started to learn it. I have perspective.
yeah, but you can take the navigation bar off and use it like an iPhone.
Yeah,
But
I've taken the navigation off my Samsung. I don't use that. The navigation
yeah,
bar.
I tried that and I was lost. I was like, no, it's too much moving the thumb and
Too much
all
movement.
that. My thumb got to hurting and no.
He strained his thumb. You got a
And
cramp.
then
See now with a
Samsung face
bandage on your
recognition.
thumb.
Yeah, then Samsung face recognition ain't the best. So that's one thing they need to
Man, I think
really
mine is
improve.
fine. Like this thing picks up my face faster than I can. Because I think sometimes I use the face or the thumb. I'm thinking that it hadn't picked up the face, and I'm trying to use my thumb. It already got my face. This thing is fast, and it's
Now,
the
I use
20.
my thumbprint. I use my thumbprint more than I use my face recognition.
Yeah, this thing
Not
swipe.
like on the 24, it using my face more. I guess because it's newer, it's actually faster than the 22 on the face recognition. But
You got
yeah,
police sirens.
Samsung face
Who's that?
recognition sucks.
Who's that? There's sirens. I don't hear
It's
them
coming.
sirens. I don't hear sirens out where I'm at, man. So I'm not used to that.
Nah.
That's why I went mute because I was driving to the new location.
Yeah, I don't hear sirens, bro.
What you hear over there? Get off my grass.
I don't even hear that.
You don't hear that.
I hear animals.
Do you?
I hear birds.
Oh
I
yeah.
You hear people.
turkey.
Hey, it's like this here. Somebody knock at his door during the middle of the day. He gonna be like, "Who the hell?"
Literally. I'm like, man, what? I go with the pistol in my hand because I have no idea. We don't
Looking out
get
the
You
curtain.
ain't
Man,
supposed to
expecting
be here,
company.
buddy.
we don't get randos.
Matter
Man,
of
I don't
fact,
get nobody
how did
soliciting
you
out
find
here.
the house? How did you find his house?
I'm serious. The last guy that came over here, he was on a Segway cruising the whole neighborhood because it's private. It's the private. We're only one way in, one way out. Private community, so you don't get
Yeah.
the regular degular people coming through here.
Mm-hmm.
And I opened it up like, man, trying to what did he come in trying to say? Oh, what was that? Pest control. I'm like, bro,
Really?
did I ask for you? Why are you here? Like, nah, I got it. I'm good.
I know
Bye.
you ain't gonna
Yeah.
go to
They
the
used to have
if a Jehovah Witness. I know
Don't
you ain't gonna
come.
go
They
with
don't
no
get
no
here.
pistol in your.
I don't even get trick or treaters.
Oh really? Huh? Yeah.
you
Okay.
know what? They never knocked on my house for trick or treat. We never have our light on.
Well, I
Okay.
And
mean,
then too,
even if my light was on,
when my daughter was growing up, we was never at the house. We was never at the house. We was always at church. So
we got 22 houses in this community. Everybody's on average about 5 or greater acres.
right.
And everything is spread out. Nobody won't walk through here at night.
Wow.
Ain't no street lights. The road
You
is
might get
barely
hit by a
wide enough
deer.
for
You
two
might get hit
cars.
by a deer.
The road is barely wide enough for two cars.
Oh
Like
wow.
I
barely.
used to have an ADTS sign, security sign. I guess the people that we bought the house from had an ADTS security sign there.
ADT.
And these guys used to come knocking on my door. And they always come like at 6 o'clock. I'm like, why are you knocking on somebody's door? They said, that's dinner time
Right. Yeah.
normally. Man, I
Time
went to the
to go
door with that
home.
pistol in my hand. He say, "Oh, I already see you got security. Never mind.
He said, "Never mind."
Never
Well,
mind."
wait.
I'm like, bro.
Yeah, I'm not used to traffic over here, man. I don't get rando people coming to my house. It
Hmm.
just doesn't happen. You literally are invited.
Yep.
You just don't get the randos out here, man.
You know what police told me? He said we never get calls for this neighborhood. They drive through there, but they like we never get calls to this neighborhood.
I love it. I love being tucked away.
And I
Tucked
stayed
away.
right up the street from where Mo 3 was talking about in his albums. And I stay in the hood, so I was like, cool.
You say I was like, cool. Nah, man, no hood for me. We are the black family.
I like my house because it's a 3-bedroom house, and my master bedroom is huge. It's an older house. My house was built in '78.
Okay.
So, and it's a Fox. It's a old. If anybody know about old Fox and Jacob houses, they was like nice size and a popular house back in the builder back in the '70s and '80s.
Yeah. My house was built by a builder that used to build houses out here. So he built his dream home, and then they lost it, and he lost it in the divorce.
Oh man,
Yeah. This house is unique. It's very unique. Very unique design. It's big. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's pretty decent size. About 5,000 square foot. Multiple levels. Several
and
levels.
you mentioned that you was on 5 acres. I was watching Sugar Man and video today, and the guy said his house from where his garage was set on 5 acres, but he was on 10. I think he said 10 acres of land, but he said his house was on 5 acres. And I just went to something to say, go look up 5 acres, what's available in Dallas. Man, them prices.
Yeah.
Some of them was like one of them was like a ranch, so he had like a bunch of he had a pond on his, a big pond
I would love
and
to have
stuff.
water. I would love to have water. That'll be
And
nice.
he had like a horse barn. Then he had like a office building attached to
Yeah,
like a
my
club.
neighbor,
It literally looked like a
has.
club.
I got 2 neighbors that have horses. They got
And they wanted, I think they wanted like 1.2 for that ranch. And it was by Lake Ray Hubbard in Dallas, so in Garland. I
nah.
say, yeah, but he
I'm trying
got
to
too
make
much
this house
open
worth that
space.
much. My goal is to make this house worth that much. I ain't trying to pay that much. Yes, sir. We getting there. We working on
Then
it.
I found one where they took like part of their acreage and they made like they had a pavilion put up where people can come and
No,
have
I promise
parties
you ain't
and
pizza.
family reunions and stuff.
Oh, really? Oh, so he made it open, made it so that people can use the land for. So there was a house that I looked at in Beach Park. They had this house,
Mm-hmm.
it was huge also. Frank Lloyd Wright design house. It was ridiculous. It was like 6,000 square feet. It was a huge house.
Yeah,
But the backyard was sprawling. It was beautiful. I mean, all the different plants and everything. I was
yeah,
afraid, honestly, completely afraid of maintaining that and what it would cost to maintain that.
yeah.
But people use
And
that.
it had a creek.
You
It
had
had
that
a creek
property.
running through it. It had a
You
creek running through it, so
now
that was
you
a plus.
Lefty. Why you cut me off when I be trying to finish my thought, man? Like you keep doing it, man. Like I don't even
I forget.
finish my
Old folks
story.
can't keep talking. Keep on.
I can't even finish my story. You just be cutting me off, Lefty. What's going on, man? Do we need to talk about? You need a hug?
Yeah, we need a
No,
hug.
it just came to my mind that it had a creek on it. I was like, yeah, that was a plus on the
Nah,
property.
this house, man. They used to rent the property out for wedding photos. I mean, it was beautiful. There was a creek. Interesting that you say that, Lefty. There was a creek behind his house also, but on closer to the house there's a waterfall. Man, this thing was crazy, man.
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah. How much they wanted for it?
I think this house was going for close to half. It was
Half
no.
a million.
It was like 400 and it was close to half, like 420, 450. The
Oh, that's
problem is
not
that
bad.
nah, but problem with this house, man, is like all like the bathrooms and all this stuff. It's older house syndrome. When I would say everything
Yeah,
was tiny, everything was small, outdated. The kitchen was
yeah.
the best thing in the house. The kitchen was fire. Kitchen was the most modern thing in the house. Like the living room had built-in sofas. Built-in sofas.
Oh,
The last time you saw a built-in sofa.
I want to see them like in cabins,
This house had a built-in sofa.
and they was like log cabins.
This house is crazy. It had a library, a full library.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was nuts. It was a pretty cool house. Don't get me wrong. To modernize this house to a place where I'm comfortable would just well, we would have been comfortable would have been just too much.
Yeah,
We looked
and
at a
see
lot of houses, man. Good lord, we looked at a lot of houses.
that one with the pond. It was a ranch. It was a horse ranch. So I would have spent more money just getting rid of all the horses stuff and turning the barn like into a garage for the cars. But it was like you would spend more money just getting rid of all the fences, and then that way they had the house. It was fenced off from the rest of the property, so you looked like you had to go around from the house to go to the property to get to the ranch part and
Good
stuff.
lord.
But
They segment off those properties for animals.
yeah,
Because not only can especially if you have a bunch of horses, you gotta have a place where they graze and then you have a place where they sleep. So you gotta have
right,
multiple locations for them.
yeah. So, but the thing was, I knew why I was house because it was next. It was like by Lake Great Cover. That's one part of being priced because it was right there by the lake.
Man, we coming up on 3.5. I need to get some food and chill out. I have not eaten
Me
what
too.
yet.
what
I
you
need to
waiting
get
I
on?
got to test Taco Bell before they close.
I will not. I can't do that. I can't do Taco Bell. Not right now. That's like my try like every other month. Ah, let me just give me some Taco Bell. I can't do it right now. No, 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 no.
uh,
You know what? I never had problem with eating Burger King till I got grown.
I never was a big Burger King fan.
hmm.
Never was a big Burger King
I
fan.
think I got to get back more into Arby's. I always see them, but nobody be in the lines. I got to check.
Arby's
I
be
got to see
like
how are they still
blank,
open.
dog. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Now
Always, you pass
I
every
eat
Arby's you
Arby's,
pass, they're
but
always available.
I eat
Nobody
Arby's
in line.
because Arby's was never in the hood where I'm from. Arby's is you won't find an Arby's in Oak Cliff.
Same here. You ain't gonna find no.
$5, you ain't
What?
finding no Arby's.
The closest Arby's I know that I believe North Chicago. They got that Arby's right not too far from the base. That's definitely hoodish.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Very hoodish.
but they by the base though.
Yeah, but the base is hooded. It's hoodish. Yeah, you gotta realize that most military bases they are not in the best neighborhoods. They're always in the rougher neighborhoods. There's always pawn shops and liquor stores on pawn. That's just And then in North Chicago, down Martin Luther King, yeah, you will find a stripper or three. I mean, a hooker or three walking down there.
And
Literally.
the thing is about out here, it's more hamburger joints than anything. Hamburger and pizza. You get so tired. You're like, dude, I'm tired of eating burgers. I'm tired of eating pizza.
See,
Let
I
me
got
go try to find me
can't
a
eat all
sub
that fast
sandwich.
food, man. I gotta cook at home, man. I can't be like Meech and go eat steak and lobster every night. I
My
can't do that.
Nah,
refrigerator is empty.
I know it's empty. You know why?
You know
Because
what?
you eat out.
Let me show you real quick. Let me show
You
you
go eat
something.
steak and lobster.
Let me show you.
You probably went to Weber Grill tonight, didn't you? Don't
Weber.
lie.
He's fine. Ain't nothing in this refrigerator. Hold on. Check this out.
Look, it's the opposite of cribs.
he got drinks. That's all he got. Drinks.
Ain't
I'm
nothing in that
great.
refrigerator. This thing empty.
Bruh. And look, look,
Say,
look. You
say,
talk
Lord.
to containers though. To go to containers. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Say, Lord.
That is
You
why I
never seen
grew.
a man smile. You never seen a man smile so much. I woke up Sunday and I smelled food cooking in my house.
Look, Beach wake up, he smell food cooking. He gonna be happy for a minute. Then he gonna realize,
Like, who
man, who
cooking?
is in my house?
Yeah, who cooking? Man, I went in there. The wife had made some meatloaf. She done made some smothered cabbage. I was like, "Thank you, Jesus."
Yes, indeed.
Man, I'll be like, ooh, somebody must have broke in because I don't know why I'm smelling meatloaf on the stove.
This ain't
Right.
right. This ain't right. Oh my Lord. Intruder. Intruder.
I was like, I ain't had no home cooked meal because my wife had weight loss surgery, so she ain't really eating that much.
Oh,
So
okay.
she ain't cooking. So
Man,
it's like, oh, you on your own. So I'll be like, baby girl, when you come home from school,
I think most of the meals in this house is catered to the baby. It's like what Jay gonna eat. We just gonna eat what Jay gonna eat.
yeah, I used to hate that. Don't eat them. Them the baby snacks. What are my snacks? Snacks? I eat cheeses.
You see, sitting there eating babies, eating the baby snacks.
Yeah,
With my snacks.
I'm eating the
where
baby
my
fruit
snacks
snack.
at? Them for
Man,
the babies.
I'm not
Stop.
gonna lie to you, bro. Real talk, she got more snacks in this house than anybody. That girl, boy, if you look at my pantry, it's like you touch something falling off the shelf. She got so much stuff, tons of stuff in there, bro. Like she's the primary when it comes to who's gonna be eating in this house. Everybody else, y'all can figure it out. Jay got number
Yeah,
one.
it's like I eat zebra cakes. I eat oatmeal pies. They're like,
She
no,
ain't
them
got
for the babies.
she got a lot of snacks, but she ain't got that kind of stuff. She got
They're like,
to go, the cheeses or the goldfish, but
Hmm.
she got a lot of like the dry fruit. She got a lot of healthier stuff for her.
I'm
But
gonna tell
she
you,
got a
I'm
lot
gonna tell you. Watch this. Next month, my wife gonna go shopping. That's because my daughter came home and she wanna go on shopping for her.
yes, indeed. Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds about right. That's what my wife would do. When guests are coming, she gonna shop for them guests. Ain't got nothing to do with you. Ain't nothing to do with you. We're gonna make sure the people visiting are good. Are real good.
They're like, I eat fruit. I eat some apples. I eat.
And we keep fruit in the house. We definitely keep fruit in the house. We try to at least.
It was like I eat sausage. I eat bacon.
Listen, man, I get whatever scraps that's hanging out.
Hmm.
My challenge is I don't eat breakfast. So if she cook breakfast, chances
So
are I'm not gonna eat it anyway.
yeah, so my daughter cooks. She basically gonna cook for the whole house at night. So she makes sure her daddy taken care of.
Oh,
Yes,
that's nice.
indeed. That's
Yeah.
Chris. Chris will make sure I'm good. She'll make sure I have something. But look, man, I'm about to we gonna turn down, man. I need to get some chow and get ready for the
Yes,
next.
Okay.
I can't be like Meech, man, just making all that money and just be able to chill out how you want to.
I got $5.
hey, hey,
Fine.
what's so bad about it? What's so bad about it? My meal is already. All I gotta do is say pay. It's already in the chart. Pay to go get it.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm right there with you, IS. I'm over fast food. I gotta
Me too.
it's a whole nother thing, man. I'm just leery. And I don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna say I'm so prudish that I don't eat. Every once in a while I might get something, right? But I try to be far more conscious about what I eat, man. I can't be eating all that crap all the time. You gotta be
Right.
and all that fast food ain't good for you. It may sound good, it may taste good. Don't mean it's good for you. Ain't always good for you, man. I'd rather
I'm
go
gonna
to a
tell you.
restaurant than to just fast food. Go to a
Right.
real restaurant,
Right.
get real food, as opposed to just going to a fast food.
Or going to a Chinese restaurant.
That's just tons of sodium waiting to
Is it
lock
is
you up.
it is it fast food if you tell them to cook it slow?
Take your time. Take your time. Take your time.
It's still fast. You just getting bad service. You're just getting bad service, but it's still fast food.
Look, yeah, there you go. That's just bad service at a fast food restaurant.
All
Oh my God.
right.
Yep.
Sheesh.
I
What you
went
getting
to.
into
I
this
went.
weekend, Meech?
What was that?
What you getting into this weekend?
Man, I got stuff going on this weekend.
Busy man.
I got
Yes,
stuff.
sir. My man said, I got stuff to do. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Man, look, man, we're gonna wrap this up, bro. I'm gonna holler at y'all. I appreciate you guys hanging out. I'm just running out of gas and I need to refuel. Put something on
Yes,
my
sir.
stomach. Get ready for tomorrow. Appreciate you guys for hanging out, man. Y'all know how we do, man. We got Mish. Thank you for blessing us, bro. Appreciate you, man. You know you're always welcome. To be honest with you.
Okay, I'm gonna
Anytime
save
you
this
free,
link.
bro. Huh?
I'm gonna save the
No,
link.
I'll make sure. I'll make sure you get the link every time. I'll make
All
sure you get
right,
the link every
there we
time.
go.
Just like my bro Lefty. You know, Lefty always welcome, bro. Appreciate you, man, for coming through and hanging out. Lefty always
Oh,
brings
yeah.
commentary, and he knows something about everything. I'm trying to help y'all out. Lefty knows something about everything.
I don't know about them stocks, but when my boy make that, but when my boy learn, I'm sure I'm gonna tell him, here, man, put a little money and make me some money. So
There you go.
yeah,
Hey, well, we'll learn you. We'll learn you, bro. We'll learn you. But man, thank you guys for hanging out, man. We appreciate you guys, as I say all the time, bro. Y'all, this literally makes my week for me. This makes the week just kind of go by pretty quick for me. So I appreciate this, man.
Mm-hmm.
I really do appreciate this. Love the banter, love the back and forth. But listen, guys, we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you guys for hanging out. Y'all know how we do, man. We don't do the normal around here. Why is that, man? Because we were designed from greatness. And because we were designed from greatness, guys, you have the right, the responsibility, and authority to never be average. So, guys, don't be average.
Be average.
No, you don't. Don't be average. Hey, man, listen, shout out to all my veterans, man. Active duty, separated, retired, reserve, or transition, man. Always remember, freedom ain't free, guys. Peace. Y'all be good, man. I'm a holler. Stay
Later.
on, bro. Stay on, bro.